right, Project Big Screen. First episode of August for what could be the biggest movie of the year. Crazy.
Biggest movie weekend of all time, Jeff.
Biggest
the
opening.
biggest
yeah.
opening.
We're fucking back.
Movies
We're back.
are very, very back.
Sorry.
Biggest opening in the history of movies. It beat Endgame, which is crazy. Like that's fucking insane.
That wasn't even on my radar.
I didn't think it would ever happen.
No.
To be honest, because
Like the conversation was, could it beat Doomsday?
Yeah.
Like to beat Endgame is like, I don't even think people are fully appreciating how fucking ridiculous that is.
Didn't even have that much hype going in. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Spider-Man movie for sure, but it
No, it
wasn't
didn't.
like
I don't think it had the conversation the last one had. It
Yeah.
did. I mean, people were excited. We
Right.
were all very excited.
Agreed.
But it's like, I will say, Spider Odyssey. I don't know. Like I don't want to say it's Barbenheimer, but I do think people being so present in the theaters with Odyssey, I think it probably helped it a little bit.
Probably
I
did.
think that's part of it.
and it started earlier this year. It's been a snowball that's been picking up. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to ask, like, what would No Way Home have made? Like,
Yeah,
you talk
seriously.
about the hype. No Way Home comes out the end of COVID.
True.
I think
Like-
we also need to like get our hands around that Spider-Man is probably the most beloved character in not just in comic history, in like film.
He has
Oh, you know,
jumped-
he's
like
Batman has to step aside officially now. Like
Yeah.
it's not
Everybody
Batman,
does.
No, and it's curtains for
Spider-Man.
Superman too. I mean, when you think about
Oh,
it, like
Superman.
legacy wise,
Superman
it was
is the dragon meme. Superman is the stupid dragon. Like that's like sorry to Superman.
Yeah.
legacy wise. It was always Superman and Batman. They were 1A, 1B. They were the guys. But I feel like especially for this new generation, it is Spider-Man's 1A,
Yep.
Batman's 1B.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
no, Spider-Man's 1,
No,
2, 3,
yeah,
4,
Spider-Man's
5.
I was going to say, I love Batman. He's
6.
not even 1B.
No,
yeah.
yeah,
like,
I'm the Batman
you
guy
can't even
now.
compare him to Spider-Man.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
it's crazy.
This movie did more in its weekend than Superman did the whole run.
Mhm.
The entire run.
What about Supergirl?
I think it would have made a lot of money without Odyssey, but I will say, I think that Spider-Man, if you're at the theaters for Odyssey, I saw it in 2 different theaters, 2 different states, 2 different locations. When you saw the Odyssey, the Spider-Man stuff was there. And I think that helps, and I think that was a little part of it as well. I do think that the roll into from Odyssey into Spider-Man helped Odyssey. The irony now being, we just found out this morning, Spider-Man is gobbling up IMAX screens from the Odyssey, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But as Klemmer said a couple weeks ago, that is a smaller percentage of the ticket sales than I think people realize. So I'm not sure it's going to like hurt Odyssey really.
Tiny percentage.
Yeah,
Because, and this even proves it, the fact that Spider-Man made so much money with very little to no IMAX screens this weekend, you know, it got a tiny amount, that just shows you how IMAX is big for us and we love it, but that's not how the general consumer goes to the movie.
Why not expand to Infinity Vision if you're
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
true.
That's what I was saying.
That's
Why
where their
not?
big missed opportunity there.
Why not do that?
Why didn't the Odyssey release an Infinity Vision? I was
I
waiting
know.
for that.
That's the crossover event of the century. The
Yeah.
Odyssey and Infinity Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it made a lot of money. We're also about to talk about it. We should do it. We actually didn't say this beforehand. It's probably a mistake, but I think we can all pretty much rattle them off. We can come to maybe a consensus agreement on ranking the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
All of them?
Though, I don't think I'll entertain any discussion that doesn't put the animated ones first. But I don't know. That's maybe we disagree.
Oh.
We
Jeez.
disagree. Well, Klemmer only just saw them. So.
I only saw one of them. I haven't seen the second
Oh
one.
my God.
I only saw one of them. I don't
Watch the second one. The second one might be better.
I will.
Oh, no. First one.
You love Spider-Man though. You're a Spider-Man guy. Come on.
I like Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah.
Are you you're more of a Batman guy though? Still, right? Like that's.
Oh, I'm a DC guy. I'm a Batman guy first. Like first foremost, Batman's my favorite. Batman's my favorite character of anything that's ever been created. I like Batman even more than like Tony Soprano or Rocky Balboa. I love Batman. But Spider-Man, you have to give him the crown. I mean, Spider-Man is the most beloved, like I said, character in film, TV, any media. Right? Is there anything that even comes close to Spider-Man in media?
Not really.
No.
Like just ubiquitous love. Like everyone loves Spider-Man.
I
And
mean,
also a
really?
really good track record. When
Yeah.
you look at, if we looked at all of the Spider-Man movies.
Really good track record.
Really good batting average.
Even like the worst ones, like if we were to probably like you'd probably be on the same page with like Amazing Spider-Man. Like they still like do
Spider-Man
well.
3.
Like it's great. Yeah, same thing. Like
Maybe
it's crazy.
it's still
Crazy though. Made what was the official number released today?
I saw 360. Is it-
360 domestic, I think it was. Yeah.
Putting
Oh,
up
no,
an
that's the official
Xbox.
number.
on
It,
the
it was.
weekend.
It changed from last night.
Yeah, it went up.
360 million. Yeah.
Sony kept hitting like the smaller estimates. They keep being like, I think we're second, and then it's like, no, you're first.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
which they should. I mean, there again, we actually, me and Klemmer joked about this before. Sony
Now
pretty bad with marketing.
Let's be very clear about one record. It beat Endgame domestically, did not beat it globally.
Yeah.
Globally, Endgame made $1.2 billion, which I just don't think. I don't know. Let's ask maybe something in like 20, 30 years, but that is just a number that is so staggering. It's just fucking crazy. But the fact that Spider-Man Brand New Day is now second by almost $300 million over Infinity War it's madness. And it goes to, again, you know what? People can dump on superhero movies and they can say what they want and blah, 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 whatever. Christopher Nolan said it. He's like, thank God we had them. He's like, it got us through COVID. It got us through a lot of that stuff. But this is obviously like, there's a reason they exist. And as long as they're done well, because I think we're about to get 5 pretty decent reviews on this, at least, like bare minimum decent. If they're done well, they serve a purpose and they can do a lot for the box office for movies. But also, like I think Klemmer, you're saying, and Gooch is like, shout out Obsession, shout out Backrooms. I think that's a big part of the year as well. So let's get into
done
Spider-Man.
well with characters people care about.
That too.
Like that's the thing. This isn't like Spider-Man is special. Like that's a great comic book character.
Chris, you say that though, but like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 made more than Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
I don't think.
When
But
these
I think if you
characters-
made Guardians of the Galaxy now, though, it wouldn't hit like it did.
Maybe.
I think it's tougher sell
You
for
can't
Marvel.
reach. You can't reach the heights. That's for sure.
I just think Marvel has.
Though it is worth noting, Guardians was released at a time where it wasn't always a shoo-in that it was going to be like. It was still like there was like, what the fuck is this? There was some of that early on with Guardians for
People
sure.
were like talking tree, talking raccoon.
Obviously,
Yeah,
being
no
good
thanks.
I mean, again, what's the recipe for success? Usually, it's good.
Yeah.
That helps.
People don't seem to have an appetite for new comic book heroes right now. At least that's been the track
for
record
sure.
the last few years. So that's the thing. So if you're gonna release something now, if it's something that's existing, especially something existing that people love, Avengers, Spider-Man, even Superman did pretty well last year. Those that works. Did okay. I mean, no comparison. I mean, on a scale.
So this is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who is directing his first Spider-Man movie. He did Shang-Chi. Also did a movie with Michael B. Jordan called Just Mercy from a couple years ago. Glass Castle, Short Term 12 with Brie Larson. He did Wonder Man. He was the executive producer and director for 2 episodes, also co-creator. That just got canceled for season 2. It fucking blows.
Lame.
That stinks. That sucks.
Great
show.
show.
If that gets canceled, then fucking Cape Fear. Steven Spielberg, and by the way, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm steamrolling Spider-Man. Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese should be fucking embarrassed their name was attached to that Cape Fear show on Apple TV. That's all I'm gonna say. That was unbelievable. It got skewered too. It ended this week, and it got fucking people dumped on it.
It's free money.
Unbelievable.
I don't think I've seen a single person speak about it other than you and maybe like one person on Twitter. I don't know. And it's a show that should be.
It got the classic Bill Simmons like skewer tweet this weekend.
I
was
saw
like,
that one. Yeah.
And I was like, I was actually very glad. I'm not like a dedicated Ringer Simmons guy, but I was like, I'm glad somebody with like a lot of clout finally spoke up and was like, these guys should be fucking embarrassed they were involved in this. Anyway, so Wonder Man got canceled. That's a bummer. Luckily for him, he had a win this weekend with the box office for this movie and for the reviews. This has universally pretty high reviews. I saw it first out of the group, and I walked out pretty confident with you guys. I tried to temper my expectations. It's tough. It's, I saw on a screening, the guy next to me ate 3 hot dogs during the movie, so that was
impressive.
I had to get through that mentally. But I was pretty confident with you guys. I told you, I think people are gonna fucking like this. 90%, 98% audience on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% critics. And I gotta say, I think some of the critic reviews were, people love to say that me and Kenjac get paid by Disney, Robbie too, whatever.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a
I
while
think some
now.
of the critic reviews were like anticipating like, oh, people are against Marvel now. Because there's some weird reviews out of the gates where I'm like, what did you watch? Like, what? I don't really know, like what you're doing here. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But I'm saying there was a couple weird sentiment where it's like, interesting. I was kind of confused by that out of the gates. Because now the reviews are kind of all over the place in terms of good. Tom Holland's back. Obviously, Spider-Man. Zendaya. Sadie Sink is confirmed to be in the movie. We will not spoil things off the gates, but we can't talk much about it without spoiling it because of just the nature of what's in this movie. Also, at this point, I just think go see Spider-Man if you want to listen to what we're going to talk about.
Seems like most people have.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people.
I just if you're listening to this, you've probably seen it. We won't spoil it out of the gates, though. John Bernthal in this as Frank Castle / Punisher. Jacob Batalon back. Zendaya, who is going to be in three of the biggest movies. Zendaya's gonna have one of the biggest box office years of all time. Her and Tom Holland both in this and Odyssey, which is just fucking madness. That is crazy. Couple other people in this. Trammell Tillman was confirmed, so I'll say that. Mark Ruffalo in it as Bruce Banner / Smart Hulk. I won't say many more names here. Just not worth it. Michael Mando back as the character Scorpion. There's a lot of misdirect with the trailer. So I'll just leave it at that. We'll spoil it in a minute. I will start with you, our guest, Robbie Fox. What did you give Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I think I'd give it like a 92. That's how high I am on this movie. I loved it so much the first time. I saw it twice on opening day. Going back the second time, I liked it even more. And some people were saying, Hub said to me today, he's like, I thought, how could you do that? And then I saw it the first time and I said, I want to see it again right away. And I keep going back to this. The second time I saw it, there were like 10 scenes I was ready for the opening night crowd to react to. And the opening night crowd at the movies, it was probably the most packed movie theater I've seen since Endgame. In terms of the lobby, the merch, the popcorn buckets everywhere, it was just went in with the ultimate great vibes. I was never waiting for those 10 scenes. I was watching the movie enthralled throughout the entire thing. And then when those scenes would come up, everyone reacted exactly as I wanted them to react in the theater, with gasps or no, and you hear the little whispers. Like, it was the opening night experience you want for a movie like this. And it was the movie I wanted for all the hype. And again, there wasn't even like Endgame levels hype. So I think this exceeded my expectations. I loved the performances. Tom Holland, best performance ever as Peter Parker. He's my Peter Parker GOAT. He also put so much into this, talking about turning down scripts, making sure he wouldn't return till he was ready. He said him and Zendaya had scenes where they'd be like, hey, this isn't working. Let's call cut for the day and go rewrite this. So he put like everything into this, and it clearly paid off. I felt like even the Hulk and the Punisher and all of the characters that were brought in from the Marvel Universe, they don't feel like cheap cameos. They feel like there's real reasons for them to be in this movie, to advance Peter Parker's story. Feels like a real movie. And I love No Way Home, but that's like a fun spectacle. This is like a real movie with good themes, good message at the end. I loved it. I really, really loved it.
Yeah, I'll add a little context here. I feel like this group, I don't know where Gooch and Klemmer you stand on this. I know Kenjac and I have talked about this extensively. We're kind of John Watts defenders to an extent.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of issues that John Watts had with those movies, but people talk about him like he was a fucking terrorist.
Like a war criminal.
It's
It's
crazy.
insane the way they
don't
talk
get
about
it.
him.
I think he did a good job with those.
Yeah,
movies.
he did a really good
Especially
job.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Because John Hughes. Look, again, they had a problem, and I think Gooch and I align pretty heavily on No Way Home as well. I don't love it as much as some people do. It's a lot to remember this. I had a very fun time with the movie. I always joke it's the last movie I ever saw with my dad, and he was like, man, I don't think I love this.
Oh, God.
No. He went out at the right time because it was all multiverse from there on after that. But I like that movie, but I like the other ones more because that one just felt like, I was like, I feel like I'm
The
here for
first
a
two are
special-
like
also,
coming of age John Hughes movies, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah,
they were fun. But
yeah.
they talk about John Watts like he was.
Dude,
I don't
devil.
get it.
Like,
It's
what the fuck?
crazy. It's
It's so
insane to me.
weird.
It's like, I think just like kind of like a film Twitter thing. Like they love revisionist history. They love being a chance to like collectively dump on anything. And like those movies are good.
Yeah.
I think even for Marvel standards,
First two.
which are pretty low, I will say they look good.
Yeah, they look, especially
yeah,
Homecoming, man.
No Way Home has a couple issues where there's some weird filming stuff. It was
But it's
also
COVID stuff.
right
It's
after
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah,
and it's
they-
like that's kind of. But it's like weird because people don't excuse that for him. And I'm not saying it should be like a full excuse, but there's some scenes they just couldn't do. Like I've seen a lot of critiques like, look at this because they couldn't get them together. I'm like, filmed it during COVID. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it also saved movies.
It's a
Yeah.
miracle
I don't
they
know,
were able
like-
to make that movie during COVID with the limitations they had.
Yeah,
Great,
it's like
and
I don't know.
And it came out. I like John Watts. I'll say it. I don't.
I do too.
But with that said, clearly, I think Desmond Daniel Cretton kind of understood the assignment and like what to do and to change it up and give it a different vision. I was a little shocked by some of the early reviews that talked about like some of the stuff, and there's a couple maybe CGI moments that don't look great, which is a kind of a concerning, unfortunate thing for Marvel because they have so much money and they spend so much time, but they do pump these out, whatever. But there was some stuff that looked really good here. Like there was some really awesome, like there's a lot of it looks real and like shadows and lighting, and you're like, oh, this looks different. This looks fucking awesome.
And no nanotech.
I think that's a big nod as well. But to the point, and I'll let you go next, Kenjac, to what Robbie said, I was concerned. I think a lot of people were like, there's a lot of fucking characters in this movie. And that's a common Spider-Man problem. I feel like the death of all three Spider-Man, like, and they did in the last one to an extent, but the death of all the other Spider-Man like eras were movies with way too many people. Spider-Man 3, maybe Spider-Man 2. So this one, you're like, uh-oh. And they all service the story of Peter
Yeah.
Parker. And they
Big time.
all worked, I thought, great. So, Kenjac, what did you give it?
Yeah, I'm like, I would say an 89 or maybe 89, 90 right now. I really enjoyed it. And to the John Watts conversation, like we were saying before, I feel like he was so hyper-focused on the adolescence part of Spider-Man, which is very important, like you were saying, like John Hughes type of stuff. And I feel like DDC kind of took the elements of Spider-Man in that era, which are so great, which is like his sort of naivete or whatever, where it's like, I have such a hard line morality. I cannot kill people. I need to always do the good thing. I always need to do the right thing. And like, that's a very childlike type of thing. Like no room for gray. And I think that he takes that and he grafts that onto like this more adult storyline, and he does it in a really, really good job. You kind of have like these two intertwining stories where it's like he's the hero that has to sacrifice his happiness for other people, which has been done a million times in superhero movies, not like a new thing. And then also misunderstood person that does does bad things for good reasons. That's also been done in superhero movies. But I think their intersection in this movie feels very fresh, feels very new. And at no point am I watching this and thinking like, wow, I've seen this before too many times. I've seen this storyline. It feels very fresh. And I feel like he also gives Tom Holland a real shot to shine in this.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a great job. I would agree with you, Robbie. I think this is the best he's performed as Spider-Man before. And I would also agree that I think he's the best version of on-screen Spider-Man that we've had so far. And he also gives Zendaya a really big chance to shine, which I thought was very smart. Because she's been like really just window dressing for the first 3 movies. It's just like, oh yeah, there's MJ. And now he's like, well, I have a good actor on my hands. So why don't I let her act? And he does, and she does great. Like the scenes where they're talking, like no spoilers, like they're talking on like the boat, like she's crushing it. And it's because I think Daniel Cretton gives her the job or the opportunity to do that. So really enjoyed it. And I think, again, not that it's a super deep field, but I think the new additions are some of the best that I've seen in Marvel iteration wise. And I think that with Shang-Chi, like with Cretton, I think he does a really good job of infusing new looks and new feels to Marvel, because like we've seen a lot of the same thing over and over and over again. He introduces new camera work, new fight techniques, new everything. It just feels new. And that was so refreshing versus the sort of gray that you get a lot in the post-Endgame Marvel universe. And like you guys were saying too, it just feels kind of real to look at. Like visually, when you're looking at it, you're not seeing like, oh, big green screen, big whatever. It just feels real. And even though when I'm watching it, I know they shot in like Edinburgh or something, like, or Scotland. It doesn't feel like New York when you're looking at it, but like it just feels like you're looking at a real place, and that's fine with me. So really enjoyed it. I would say if we're saying like ranking it among the Spider-Man right now, I think I'd only have maybe Homecoming a touch above it because I think it was that strong of an origin. But man, it is really good. A really damn good movie that is worth, or I think deserves the amount of box office accolades it's getting right now.
Yeah.
Gooch, what would you give it?
I'm at a 75, but definitely really liked it. I think that it's a huge step forward in a lot of places, especially how it looks. I think the interior scenes, like anytime they're inside talking, like you guys have pointed out, it's lit well, it's lit correctly. Everything is really practical. I think the scenes between Tom is the best he's ever been by a wide margin in this movie. A wide margin. And I rewatched all the Holland Spider-Mans and all the Maguire Spider-Mans this weekend, but he's really fucking good in this movie, especially in the scenes, though, with Zendaya.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about them because there are quite a bit of spoiler stuff surrounding that. But those scenes are just at another level. I would also add that the soundtrack, great. And these movies have always done a great job with the soundtrack, although the last two got a little bit away. Homecoming, great soundtrack. This is right there on par. I do have this just a hair behind it quality-wise. But love the soundtrack. Also does not, and this has been a huge problem with the multiverse saga. They set up stakes and they, things will happen in previous films. And because of the way the multiverse is set up, things don't have a lot of meaning. Things just get waved away. There are rarely consequences that carry over from, if you're going to do this big multiverse stuff and this big universe franchise stuff, there's got to be stakes. And this movie does not let Peter off the hook one bit from No Way Home. Not a bit. And we'll talk more about that too. I do think there's a villain problem. That's really what's holding you back from me. The villain.
I saw you say that on Letterboxd, and I have a counter to that I'm curious what you think about that.
I
think it's fair.
Didn't love the villain, and the lack of New York City in these movies still really holds this franchise back. I think it's just so integral to the character for him to be physically in New York and the scenes to be set in New York. It just really holds the franchise back, at least Holland's franchise. But this was great. I really, really liked it. 75 out of 100.
Klemmer, I'll let you go next and give your score, but I think a thing to Gooch's point that he just said, the consequences from the last movie were heavy. Everyone forgets about this guy. And I was curious. I I went in kind of convinced like they'd remember him pretty much right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, they're going to undo the consequences. And I think they make the consequences super felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you get that a lot in the MCU. And I a big round of applause for them being like, you know what, we're going to fucking deal with this. Like, this is part of the, like, I think they didn't cop out in a way that they could have to just be like, hey, Spider-Man. It's like, everyone remembers him again. Look at this shit. The Hulk remembers him. And they didn't do that. And I think that was a huge win. That was a big reason
Somehow
why I
New
like
York
this movie.
remembered Peter Parker. Like
Yeah.
that feels like something they would do.
Happened
Yeah.
in Miss Marvel season 2.
Yeah.
Everyone got their memory of Peter back. You gotta watch that.
You gotta watch this thing to realize why this yeah, exactly. It happened in Fortnite. Yeah.
Klemmer, go ahead. Score.
Yeah, so I'm at an 84 for this. I like this movie a lot. This is a really good movie. Super entertaining. Spider-Man is the closest thing to a lock as far as an entertaining summer, or that kind of attitude movie. You're going to see a blockbuster. You're punking down your hard-earned cash, and you're going to get entertained. You're going to walk out with a smile on your face. And Spider-Man delivers time after time after time. And so credit to I give Marvel a lot of shit. This is 3 good movies in a row for Marvel. So they deserve, I'll be the first one to shit on them when they put out their stinkers. They deserve some pats in the back here. They've done well these last 3 movies. So this is all in all, there is a number of times where the story kind of collapses on itself. The lack of villain, and then we'll get into spoilers later. This parts of the story just doesn't really, it kind of falls away a bit. The not shooting in New York is a big deal. You can't make New York a character in the movie and then not shoot New York. It doesn't work. And it's very distracting, and at times would take me out of the movie. That might also be because I live in New York. If you don't live in New York and you've never been to New York, maybe you just don't give a shit. But yeah, I mean, Tom Holland is
This could be the
fantastic.
case.
Yeah.
That could be true.
That's a
I
good
want to
point.
note that for 5 guys who lived in Manhattan, that could be the case. And a guy who lived very prominently who lives very prominently in one of the places in the movie. by the
Correct.
way.
Yeah.
I pointed at the screen. I was like, is he he's
That was
probably
very
he's probably
funny.
in there, right? He's
That's
probably
all
like,
I
right
get
now.
CGI'd out.
Yeah.
My place is gone. Yeah.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more.
Okay.
But like Tom Holland, I hesitate to say he's the best he's ever been because he's always a damn good Spider-Man. But this is you're with him the whole time, and he consistently delivers. I saw a lot of people kind of shit on Tom Holland after the Odyssey, which I thought was unfair because he's supposed to be a weaker character in that. I thought he did exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, you're like, no, this guy's got some chops here. Like, do I see him being like, 15 years from now, is he going to be like a leading actor? Maybe not, because he has kind of this boyish element that works for Spider-Man. Can this guy be a 45-year-old, lawyer, or I don't know. But for Spider-Man, for doing this, he's damn good. He's fantastic. The cast is good all around. I was just entertained from start to finish. So this is a good movie, and that's what you want this summer. And I'm glad it's making a ton of money.
Yeah, I would say you could probably line up the top 10 best actors in his age range, which I believe would include like Timothée Chalamet, like a ton of big time names. And I think you'd probably find 7-8 people that are better actors than him. But I wouldn't pick any of them over him to play Spider-Man.
Correct.
It is kind of
Yeah.
like he kind of just levels up when it's time to play Peter Parker. Like he just is so good in that role. And this one tested, there was emotions in the last one as well, but this was truly a Peter Parker story in terms of like emotion and everything. And I think he was fucking excellent. I gave it an 89, which could be a score that goes up at some point. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. I loved it. I think all the new characters, all the additions worked great off his story. I liked the villain here and how they did it, but because I liked the way in which they integrated it into his story, it made sense. It played off his dread, his grief, his loss really well. It's kind of crazy that the last 2 MCU movies were like about depression. And they were both great between this and Thunderbolts in different ways. But they, you know what? That's a sign to the fact that like, hey, you dive deeper into these characters. Don't make a surface level story. Take a risk. Doesn't need to just be fun. This was fun, but this also kind of took on some different things as well. So yeah, I loved it. I think there may be some questionable like visual things at times, but I really liked all the practical stuff. It just looked. I understand like the complaints, like let's have a more lived in New York. Like I get that. And maybe we're just biased because we have lived in the city. You kind of want to see and feel that more. With that said, I love the look of just where he was and like where they were shooting and how the action scenes played out. I loved a lot of the slow-mo shit. It felt like a comic book. It really felt like a comic book at times, and that was fucking awesome. Suit looked great too.
Fantastic.
Suit
Such
looked
Best Spider-Man
so
suit ever.
happy to be rid of nanotech. For
Yeah.
the time.
Oh,
I
it's
was so happy.
so
Finally got the Iron Boy suit.
Yeah.
Finally, fucking
Yeah,
god.
and that served its purpose, which is fine and all right. Like it's fine. It had its moments, but this was awesome.
That's
And the way you
Spider-Man.
could see his eyes behind the lenses in some
Yeah.
scenes,
Yes,
that was
yes.
brilliant.
Oh, yes, I loved that.
So good. It was my
I
favorite
love
Spider-Man
that.
suit for sure.
I like the shot inside the fucking mask. I think that's
Me too.
sick.
oh, I
I
did
did
too.
too.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
I
people
like
not
that.
like that?
Yeah, get a little creative.
Wait, did people
Yeah.
not like
Some
that?
people were pissed about pissy.
Yes,
about
and
it.
people were like, "Oh, what do you mean?" It's like what? It's like
Because it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I saw some people
yeah.
being like, there wouldn't be that much space between his eye and the lens.
For
It's
a
like,
camera?
who gives a
Yeah.
fuck,
It's
man?
10 fucking seconds,
Yeah.
and you're getting a different view of something. What's the problem?
And it
with
was
that?
cool.
I want that.
It
I
was
want
a
that
cool
person
shot.
to rewatch
Yeah.
Iron Man, the first Iron Man,
Yeah.
be like, "Well, hold on a second.
Looking at the
How
HUD.
do you have the view of Stark's face?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked when he took a couple of creative shots. Hey, let's go.
I know he's a more obviously it still feels like a Marvel movie, but I think he's a much more creative director than your typical Marvel director.
Fucking wire work. There's like
Yeah.
awesome wire work in this with the fight scenes. That
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's sick.
Action
they're
scenes were
physically-
really creative. Like all of that stuff was just well done.
And they're physically doing a lot of it. Like they showed behind the scenes today of like when he's like up on the rooftop.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that.
falling off of that. Like that was real. Like he's just hanging over a building. They did it all for real, Nick. You could feel it on screen.
Yeah.
And again, I agree with you guys with the New York thing, but like even if it's as long as it's physically on a street and on a screen,
Yeah,
I'm
I-
happy.
I know.
that's
I
bullshit,
feel like
Look,
maybe
it's all
I'm more
relative.
forgiving, but I never run into an issue with that. I felt like that kind of looked like the West Village.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Main Street I didn't
and
like.
that's wrong. They have so much money to make these movies. Don't be like they're put on a street.
Yeah, I don't believe for
Get the fuck
2
out.
seconds.
I think
they
it's better
couldn't
than
do
a
the
green
shoot.
screen. That's all I'm
I
saying.
Well,
don't
no
disagree
shit, but
with-
this is a fucking Marvel
Well, you're
giant movie.
critiquing me over something I'm not saying. I'm saying I think it's better than it being on a green screen. I'm happy with that.
But it's a half measure.
I'm saying it's relative. It's
Yeah.
relative. It's
I
relatively
don't
better than being on a
disagree
green
with-
screen.
I agree with Klemmer. Like I think spend the money, but I am actually curious. We don't have to make this. Doesn't have to be this. We'll talk about the movie, but I would like to see what people say about this. If it matters to the people who aren't from New York,
Yeah.
I do wonder
Yeah.
that.
I
do wonder.
don't think it
I
would
think
at
it's an
all.
interesting
They
question.
go out of their way to make this a character in the movie. Think about
sure.
the end credits.
Yeah, the end
These
credits.
pictures
well,
in New York.
Those were in New York.
That's the city he lives
You
in.
can't do that and then they shoot it in England. It looks stupid.
In Scotland, yeah.
I don't
Or
think it
the
looks
fuck
that
they
stupid.
did.
All right.
That looks.
I thought it looked good.
You're gonna forgive anything. It's Marvel. Though. You're gonna be like, oh, it's okay. It's Marvel.
No, I don't
no,
forget the bad
that's-
Marvel
no,
movies. This
yeah,
is
don't
J.
do that. He's gonna
Jonah
do that. He's
Clemmerson.
gonna- am
This
I
is
wrong?
J. Jonah Clemmerson. Back at it again.
Don't do that. Don't do
Oh,
that.
cool. Why can't I do that? I do a show every week about this shit. Absolutely.
I didn't leave that movie pissed off that they didn't shoot in New York. I was fine with it.
That's insane.
I
You
will
live in
like New York.
Actually,
Coach, like
we're-
that's insane. That makes
We are
crazy.
the
You
5
gotta-
worst
come on.
people to have on for this. It is like for that discussion because I.
But
am
you
curious if
can't
it's
do
on
that
Friday.
though, Jeff. You can't have the
No,
end.
I agree. I think they should
the
pay
end
for it.
credits was like laugh out loud. Like what
They
are
just
you
made
doing?
$900 million in one weekend. I
Did you
think if
want
they
it to
make
show
another Spider-Man
London
movie,
in
they
the end
shoot in New York.
credits?
You can't show
If you don't shoot in New York, you're not allowed to pretend like it was shot in New York.
not like that. Not when you're showing pictures of real people in New York. That's ridiculous.
It was just shots of like the riverside and
No,
like
the
the
people that
skyline.
you trash
stand
the
up in your
park and
screening,
shit. Get the
Klemmer?
fuck out of here.
Klemmer standing up being like "fuck you" at the end credits.
Oh, I
would be
rolled my
great.
eyes. I couldn't roll my eyes up anymore. I'm like, are you fucking
He
kidding
made a
me?
public service announcement to the theater during the credits. This wasn't actually shot in New York.
I didn't have to say it. They all knew. I didn't have to say anything. I'm sure everyone
They
was
didn't
aware.
know.
You're the only one that's like, oh,
They
it's
didn't
fine.
know. It is fine.
It's not.
It's fine.
It's a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man's New York. It sucks. Shoot it in New
I-
York. You have the money.
I
Do
agree.
it.
I know they had issues shooting Amazing Spider-Man 2 in New York.
Yeah, but not Spider-Man 2. I was about to say Spider-Man 2 opens with the great Joe's Pizza run.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Amazing. That's the kind of stuff that just like that's that extra bit of
It's-
seasoning that takes that
No,
dish
I
to the
agree.
next level.
You shoot in New York, that's an extra bit of seasoning.
Yes.
But I'm not like that's a real detriment to the movie.
It's not
You
like
said it
you're
was
putting in
distracting
a-
at times. I was never distracted
I was
by the
distracted.
setting. I wasn't. I didn't run into
I
that.
It
got
didn't hurt my
distracted.
suspension of disbelief. I don't think. Like I was like looking at as a New Yorker, like we
Yeah.
were saying, which is very much an us thing, and the people that live in New York
Sure.
thing. Like, yeah, like that's not obviously not New York, blah blah blah. But it was never like, wow, I do not believe this is Spider-Man anymore. I do
No,
not believe
Infinity
this.
War's got that scene on Bleecker Street that they shot in Atlanta. I think it looks
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, like it's a matter of like relatively. Yes, they should be shooting in New
I
York.
just
There
wish
is no
Marvel
question.
wouldn't do this shit. Why can't Marvel just shoot on location? Why? Why did they do this?
I'm sure there's
Money.
a valid reason.
Yeah, because they're being greedy.
It's cheap tax evasion.
They made $10 trillion.
That's my point.
It's like
There's a lot you if I had to guess that this is all so timeline heavy shooting wise because they're producing
Yeah.
so many things that with the volume and CGI, you don't get the delays that you get with on-set location shooting. If that would be my only guess. On location shooting, a lot of things can happen and things can get thrown out of schedule that they just cannot afford to be off schedule. That would be my only guess, because like they have the money for it. I don't believe that there's obviously a security risk shooting anytime in New York, but they shot The Devil Wears Prada 2 here with Meryl Streep and Hathaway.
Much less of a load, to be
Much
fair.
less of a load, but there's still rabid fans.
Driving
the
a
biggest
tank through
pop
the
star
street.
in the world got married in the middle of the city, and she figured it out somehow. If Taylor Swift can figure it out,
Other movies shoot here though, Kenjac. You make it sound like everyone's shooting.
No, I agree.
Here.
I just
Not
don't
movies
think- I
as
don't
big
think
as
it's
Spider-Man,
comparable.
Spider-Man, though.
I just don't
like
think that's
movies as
comparable.
big as Spider-Man do not shoot here.
I don't know if that's true.
I
Like,
can't
you
think
can't
what's the
name a
last
movie
There
as
is a
big as
larger New York
Spider-Man that
shooting
shot in
problem.
New
This
York.
isn't just Marvel. I will note it is not just Marvel.
I mean,
What do you
Spider-Man
go?
movies
Quiet
are
Place
shot
is the
here
last big movie to really shoot here. I guess.
Again,
Like Quiet Place when they did like the one that set here.
I mean,
shot them here?
Batman shot here.
When?
The Dark Knight Rises.
That was in Pittsburgh.
that was in Pitt.
Yeah.
No, they had stuff right. I mean,
They
I was
did-
working
they
the
did
stock
some-
Wall
exchange.
Street,
some
on Wall
I was
Street, on
working
Wall
there.
Street.
Yes.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about 15
think-
years ago.
and that was
That's
also,
the most
like-
recent movie you can
And
name.
to that
shot
point,
here?
though,
I mean, big movie. I mean,
that's a
some-
huge distraction in that movie too. To your
It
point,
is.
it's a huge distraction in
the
Dark Knight
Pittsburgh
Rises.
thing kills me. It's
Yeah.
like what? The
But that's
fuck?
Gotham City. It's not a real place.
In Chicago.
Spider-Man is
Dark
New
Knight,
York.
Chicago.
It's also interior
Dark
to
Knight is
exterior.
aggressively Chicago.
I know,
Yeah,
but Gotham
aggressively.
is not a real place. Spider-Man is New
Yeah,
York.
no, that's fair. I don't. They've made $900 million in the first weekend. I think they should shoot in New York for the next one.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I'm
think
with
they could
that.
find
I'm
a way
okay with
to-
that. Yeah.
I think maybe part of it is the scale, because like if you have to drive, because they did physically drive it like an armored personnel carrier through the street in Scotland. They physically did that. So if you physically need to do that, and that's a very difficult thing to do in New York, you'd have to shut down like multiple streets
mean-
and avenues to do that. I think that'd be very hard.
Little Devil's Advocate, they do similar things for Daredevil in New York.
That's
Like
what
they drive armored like AVTF force trucks.
Yeah, so like you scale it down, you make it. If I had my choice of it, yes, I'd scale it down, do whatever, and make it sure it's shot in New York. But if it's going to be this or it's going to be No Way Home, like yes, this 1,000% yes, every single time. Yeah.
All right, let's get back into the. If you don't care about the New York thing, I apologize.
I think shooting on location is a big deal with no. I'll
You know
say
what?
it.
I'll say
It's
it.
a big thing with Marvel.
Mom Donnie should fix it right now.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
would be
Make it free. Make it
That's a
free. Make it
bipartisan
free.
issue.
Yeah,
New
make
York.
it free. Honestly, Spider-Man should be getting fucking checks from the Department of Tourism in New York City.
I agree.
It's not just a New York thing. Marvel movies suffer because they shoot on
No,
green
but
screens and
Spider-Man
they
is a
don't
New
shoot on
York
location.
icon. He's like
I
the
agree.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Like there should
I
be
agree.
some sort of tax break for
I agree.
shooting Spider-Man movies. Like they should be.
He should be treated like Jalen Brunson in this
Yeah,
city.
the
He
Peter-
really
One thing we
should.
can talk
Should get a
about
statue.
before we get into
Yeah.
spoilers.
Peter's
One
Law.
thing before spoilers that I do want to mention, because he's in the trailers, and if you really want to listen, you haven't seen it. We'll talk about this. I think everyone agrees it's a good part. John Bernthal and Tom Holland, great chemistry.
Yes.
So
like
good.
just fantastic. The Punisher Spider-Man dynamic in the movie is off the charts. Like every scene he is in, Punisher just lifts it up to another level. I think it's great. And again, another great example, character with a lot of grief, a lot of loss, a lot of demons, perfectly plays into the Peter Parker. Like it, I knew they'd work together. Like, and I know it's not the first time they've ever been together, but it's one of those things where you're like, I do wonder. We haven't seen the Bernthal Punisher and Tom Holland Spider-Man, how it worked. Like a glove. Like perfect, I thought.
Been working together forever. Like for
It makes
like
me
15
want,
years now,
it
basically.
truly makes me want him to just be in every Spider-Man movie now, even if it's a tiny role where he pops up. And like you said, Jeff, like I feel like you could almost see Peter Parker can almost see that's what he could become if he isolates himself.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to become that. And then Bernthal, like the Punisher, can also see, okay, this is a kid that's probably around the same age as his kid would have been at this point, and it's changing both of their psyche throughout the movie, but not making it too heavy-handed. The funny stuff is really like the comedic stuff.
You can talk about Staten Island.
Love
again.
that.
It was
Like
great.
really funny. And then like the emotional stuff they nail. Like
Yeah.
I almost think it's a brilliant change as well. The other Spider-Man movies all have like a mentor. And this one doesn't have really a mentor. It's more like a friend. And
I was
Spider-Man
thinking-
could become the mentor himself in this trilogy.
It was like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that works.
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
you know, I had like some of those Lethal Weapons sensibilities about it.
That's
Like,
Staten Island exchange. Yeah, like I saved your ass in that last one. Like that's a buddy cop
And being
exchange
like,
for sure.
we gotta shoot, or you can't do anything about it. He's like, no, we're not gonna shoot. We're gonna approach this rationally.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd watch a smaller movie with lower stakes, say, and it's
Yeah.
just Punisher and Spider-Man just like fighting crime that weekend.
Yeah. Really good dynamic.
All right, this summer, DraftKings, folks. Whatever you're watching, baseball, golf, soccer, racing. Hey, maybe the big World Soccer event got you into one to get ready for the other big soccer leagues. DraftKings has you covered for every single moment. We're like 70 days out from the NFL. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states, bringing the game straight to your fingertips wherever you are, from Florida to Texas to California. You're on all the excitement. At the speed of sports, follow every buzzer beater, every walk-off, every photo finish. Sweat the moments that matter in real time with a seamless experience built for the biggest season of the year, football. Ever so close. No matter what you're watching, you're always connected and in the game with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code BIGSCREEN, BIGSCREEN. Spend $5, get $150 in rewards within 14 days, including all markets. That's Big Screen in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, let's get into spoilers now. So we all love this movie. We had a great time with it. Varying levels of rating, but we all really liked it. We all were very hyped for it. So that's a big thing. We are going to spoil it now. So if you have not seen this movie, which I can't imagine many of you listening right now have not seen this, I would stop here because we are going to completely spoil it. So the big thing here, the villain. I've been rumored for quite a while that Sadie Sink was in the movie. Then it was confirmed. They didn't say who, but it was for a long time rumored that she'd be playing Jean Grey. She is Jean Grey. I thought it was a pretty simple reveal too. Like I thought they were going to maybe do like more
Really
like,
good
theatrics, and I'm kind of glad they just kind of like went through to it and didn't make it too big of a deal because there are some complaints, and I get them that it becomes she hijacks the story a little bit. I'm not bothered by that because her backstory feels so parallel to Peter Parker's.
Yep.
And obviously they integrate it perfectly with this great Aunt May scene towards the end of the movie. That I think that works. I liked her. I think she's going to be great as Jean Grey.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about Jean Grey, I think, later on. We're doing worst Marvel and castings. Who though is the question. I think she was great. Gooch, she is the villain for a good chunk of the movie. Then she's not. It's Trammell Tillman who's going to definitely be back, which I'm very excited about. He is awesome.
Great actor.
Everything he's in.
I like him a lot.
Every line he utters in anything is just great.
Mhm.
You had an issue with the villain. I didn't. It felt like the villain was represented almost more by like grief and loss and her character as well. But I understand being like, okay, not a great villain here. And I've liked the Spider-Man villains. Michael Keaton was fucking great in
Jake
Homecoming.
G's great.
I love Mysterio. I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was
Oh,
awesome.
He's
Me
awesome.
too. I can't believe people shit on that.
endlessly.
I don't get that.
See, that
Nah,
wasn't so hard. Come on.
Yeah, he's great. People love to cast that movie aside, and I'm like, did you watch it? Like, did you like watch it again? Like, what's wrong with that movie? Anyway, so Gooch, I'll let you go first because you kind of have an issue.
I have more issues with the Trammell Tillman side of things. The damage control is just too much of a generic. Like, what are we
Damage
doing?
control,
Like,
that's very dumb.
damage control.
I mean, that's from the comics.
I mean, they have. I mean, also damage
There's a
control
lot
has
of bad
been
things
in
in the comics.
Damage control has, but damage control's been in.
Yeah,
Been around in
the
Marvel
opening
for
of
a
Homecoming.
while,
Yes,
yeah.
the
Just
opening of
sounds
Homecoming.
silly.
The Chitauri weapons. Yes.
But they have been there. They have been there. So
They had been there, but it's so like it's
They
so
picked
hard to
another
grab
character
onto.
from Severance, by the way.
Who was it? It was
Abdul.
was it
It's
the
his friend.
little
His
guy?
friend. No,
Zach
we interviewed him. What's his name? The guy who's in
Yeah, the bigger dude.
no.
I'm running out
No.
of
From
speech.
Severance. Oh, Succession.
Oh wait, no, you
I
said
think
Severance.
it's
Never mind. I screwed
Yeah.
up. I screwed up.
Severance.
The guy from Succession is in.
Who is
this.
this
Yeah. Ari.
Yeah.
Him. But
It's,
that portion of
Michael Chernus, who plays Rickon in Severance, is one of Michael Keaton's guys.
I know you're talking about
Yeah.
that. You're talking about
Like what's his name's friend? Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
buys
yeah.
them out. Yeah.
Stewie.
Kendall.
Stewie.
Yeah,
Stewie.
Stewie.
Yeah, Stewie works for Damage Control, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
damage control really just did not move the meter at all for me. I do think the Sadie Sink stuff is better. It's not nearly as bad, but her backstory did really, again, nothing for me. Her stuff with her sister,
Oh, you didn't like that?
didn't love it. Didn't
Okay.
love it. Didn't love those flashbacks. Really didn't love any of the flashbacks that they included in the movie, which might just be a testament to how great the new stuff is. I don't know.
That's fair.
And it did have kind of, and I think it's handled a lot better here than most Marvel movies when they do it. A problem of we got to set up the next thing, and it does feel a little. It's not entirely seamless, but it's not entirely like cohesive, which is the insertion of Jean Grey and trying to get the X-Men into the Marvel universe. I do wonder what this movie looks like with a different villain, with a more concentrated villain that keeps Peter just Peter. And maybe the Punisher, maybe the Hulk too, but really focused in on the Peter Parker storyline. That's really where my biggest issue is in that back third, that villain, and really the Sadie Sink stuff, which isn't nearly as bad, as I keep saying. Not as bad as the Trammell Tillman stuff, but still not perfect.
It does two things that are very interesting to me that have been issues for Marvel in the past, and I'd be curious if you agree on this. I haven't always loved the Spider-Man grappling with powers things. I never liked it with the Tobey Maguire stuff. It always kind of felt wonky to me. I'm not as big of a fan of the Raimi ones as other people are. I like them. They're good movies. I'm not saying they're bad movies. They're good movies. But I'm not as big of a fan as some are. I don't think they've always handled that well. I think it was handled well here. Also, Jean Grey has been a disaster character in movies for the most part.
Big time.
And her introduction, and I think both those things have been issues in the past for Marvel, kind of played off each other here, and I think those were done pretty well. And I think to what you said, Gooch, I could see the cracks potentially, and where you could start to break it down being an issue, but to introduce such a big thing, but have it be a service, I think pretty well to the story of Peter. I was like that. I was kind of shocked it worked, I will say, because when they said Jean Grey, I was like, uh-oh. But
Yeah.
I think it all worked great because they made sure, yes, it's the continuous Marvel problem. It sets up the next thing, but it didn't. It was a service to the story of what Peter, of what being told, and the story that they were telling with Peter was very fitting with what's been told in previous movies as well. So I do think those maybe the pieces didn't fit perfectly, but better than I ever expected them to fit.
I thought
The one that
that
Jean
character was written pretty badly. Actually,
Really,
Of
Jean
Jean
Grey,
Grey?
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, she kills a guy. She kills a guy.
Yeah.
People were
the
having a
guy
big
in the
issue with
street.
the fact
Probably,
that guy got
probably
killed.
more than one, honestly.
Definitely more than one.
She-
Which, to be fair, Jean Grey kills a lot of innocent people.
But I mean, we got Yelena.
Yeah.
We got Yelena running the Avengers now.
yeah,
so,
she was like an assassin for Russia for 100 years.
Yeah.
Like,
We also.
Bucky Barnes is like one of the
Yeah.
big heroes.
Oh,
like-
I mean, that's what we're gonna do. That's
Fucking
what we're gonna do.
Iron
I
Man,
guess, but-
the
Captain
very first movie in the MCU, Iron Man killed a lot of innocent
yeah,
people.
the
he's like
Hulk is a
blowing up
tenured professor.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hulk is murdering
I think
people.
this was different because it was like so blatant. Like she didn't do this to escape. She just literally she killed that guy for no reason.
Yeah. Well, my headcanon is she went into that guy's brain. She was like, "Oh, this guy's a pervert. Let me kill him on my way out."
He's a creep. Yeah.
And like just fucking with Spider-Man with like it's one thing to like when she like took over as Zendaya's like body like and like it's a weird line.
Can I present you a counterpoint? In that, in her mind, everything that she can see with it is that he is essentially Spider-Man is like an asset of damage control.
He's
And
working
damage
for them,
control
yeah.
to her is evil. They're
Right.
fucking Nazis,
Yeah.
and he is working for them
And hunting
So-
her down specifically.
and hunting her down. Like he is an like
but
the
why
more
can't
bad guy
she
here.
figure out that damage control isn't working with Spider-Man just by jumping in the head of someone in damage control?
But he is working.
But they are.
He is working for them.
Well, not at that point though, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
He has a
But-
meeting, and
he has a
it's
big
like,
meeting at their head.
That's
all right, I'm
true,
going to go
I
after
guess.
her. Yeah.
Is that was right? That was before.
And
Yeah.
and at that point to him, he was
All right.
thinking like, yeah, these are the good guys. I'm working with them to get Jean Grey.
I guess I felt it was just she's killing people and then she's a good guy because she talks to Marissa Tomei for 5 minutes. I was like, I don't know if I'm really. This felt rushed. And it was a shame because I'm like, I just want to hang out with Spider-Man. I don't need this shit.
I thought the Tomei scene was what really tied everything
It was a
together.
very good scene.
Yeah.
Such a good
And she
scene.
was very good in
her
it.
acting in that was tremendous, and her little role that they give her. I didn't expect to see her either. I also thought this was a brilliant thing. I didn't expect to see Marissa Tomei. I also, leaving No Way Home, kind of didn't want to see Zendaya and Jacob in the next movie. I was like, give us that separation. I didn't feel that way at all seeing the movie. I think it helped
I
that
think
we
they
had
played. I think they
we had like
again,
5 years.
The way they handled the consequence from the last movie, I thought were perfect. 'Cause
So
I
well
really,
done. Yeah.
There's a moment. I think the best moment in the movie is when MJ's possessed by Jean Grey.
Really
Yeah.
good.
And they have the kiss and they have the reveal,
All right.
like very like possession obsession vibes.
Yes.
Who all here thought that kiss was real?
Oh, I totally
me,
bought
I got
into
it.
it.
I didn't
I
buy it.
bought
Like a
into it.
fucking loser.
Okay.
I got.
I
it.
believed it.
I did too.
Okay, what I'm finding out is every woman I've talked to, and of course, every woman I've talked to was like, no.
My
of course
fiance
not."
didn't believe it for a second. She was like,
But
"People
every
are
guy
buying
I've
that?"
talked to has been like, oh yeah,
We'll see it.
fine.
We're seeing it Wednesday
Yeah.
night. We'll see.
Which is
I'll
perfect.
ask.
Yeah.
Which
We're
is
probably just
perfect.
hypnotized by Zendaya.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like,
I was like ready to tear up and be like, they're back at 45 minutes into the movie.
I think
I got
it's a test-
mad.
I think
was
it's
like,
a
that's
testament.
it. I go, that's what did it.
No, I was in that same position.
I
but
was
that's why
too.
I
I
was
was
like, this is over the
annoyed.
top. That's why I was like, this is fake.
But which
because it
is
felt
great,
so
by the
over
way,
top.
because the character, I think they knew. I guess dumb men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Us dumb men. Yeah.
I think
Totally.
it's a testament to the movie.
That's
'cause
brilliant.
It really does
Yeah,
a great
right.
job of like making you hope for Peter. Like,
That-
you-
but
Right,
then
like
even-
true love's first kiss. How
right,
foolish.
right after the Hulk fight, when he goes back and she's standing there with the note, that's
Yep.
one of the best scenes in the
That's
whole movie.
really good.
Yeah.
The
Really
acting
whole
between the
sequence.
two of them, oh, so good, so heartbreaking. You feel feel for Peter. Peter's down bad in this movie. Even the subtle scene of him and Ned building Star Wars Legos together, and her being like, "Man, you really do look like best friends," and she has the picture she drew of them. That's like a great moment that has heart, and it feels again like a real movie. It doesn't feel like just Avengers spectacle movie. Like that's a real scene there. And I thought that stuff was tremendous.
And that's always like a great classic superhero storyline too. Again, though, like a superhero has to sacrifice all his happiness for, but done in a different way.
Spider-Man specifically too.
Yeah.
Were you guys frustrated when they got pulled away from stuff like those great scenes to go back to Jean Grey? That's where I was like, I don't want you. I want more of this.
Honestly, I thought the Jean Grey backstory was cool. Like I thought that
I thought her grief and like her loss and that whole thing played into it. If it was like, okay, here's Jean Grey's issues. If it hadn't played into Peter Parker, I'd be completely on board with what you're saying. I'd agree completely. I think it played enough into his story that I had no issue with it.
To her point, to her credit, and you're talking about acting before, I think number one, not to go too much into the stuff we're talking about later, like Sadie Sink, it all it took was a 20-year-old to come in and be instantly the best Jean Grey ever, like on screen. Like it's crazy how good she was.
Hey, not
she was
too much on Famke.
No disrespect, but like in the limited screen time, I would say limited. I don't think she had like an ass ton versus everyone else. Like I think she was pretty fucking good, and I think that storyline really helps you set up like the Trask Industries stuff and like what the future of X-Men is going to be. Where it's
the inhibitors. Peter Parker came up with the inhibitor design. Like if you don't think that's coming back to bite him in the ass when the X-Men and the mutants come into play,
even
like you're crazy.
The darts, they remind me of the darts in like X2 and X3.
Totally.
Like this, I feel like does a really good job of. And you can complain about it being.
I don't like that stuff.
I think
I care about the movie I'm watching now.
I do think it does a good job of like they are good.
Yeah, but that is part of me. That is what you get.
They're a working villain for that.
It's a shame.
They're a working villain, I think, for this, where it's like they're like Peter again, part of his naivete, whatever. Like he always wants to trust the good guys. He always wants to trust people, and he trusts damage control, and they flip it on him. And I think that is so good for later on what we're going to see with X-Men and with Trask Industries and with like now they are no longer like the superhero people. They're no longer the good guys. They're the others. And like that, I think is going to be such an important thing for X-Men.
The sister stuff was dark too. That when you find out VMAX was just the last thing she saw.
Yeah, that was really good.
Tortured to death. That was good, man. I like that. And I think I said to you, Jeff, I'm pretty sure the story with her sister Sarah having powers as well is an original story for this movie.
I was going to say.
I believe in the comics, I don't think her sister ever has powers.
I've never heard of that. Yeah.
I think she has a sister, but I'm pretty sure it's just like whatever generic sister. Jean was cast aside. I kind of like the idea that they were the same and the sister was killed. So that drives her crazy, revenge and darkness. If that's the tone the MCU X-Men are going to have, I think that's a great sign.
So Metzger, the character that Trammell Tillman plays, is a real character. I think it's a deep cut from the comics.
It is a deep cut.
I thought he might be Trask, Bolivar Trask.
Yeah,
I thought
too.
that might happen.
Which would be great casting too. If that was the case, I wouldn't.
Dude,
have
made him Stryker. I would have been okay with like a completely different take on Stryker.
Yeah.
But obviously, like they did the one big X-Men reveal. I'm very excited to see where they go next.
And she's
There's
going
a lot of
upstate at the end of the
rumors.
movie, so it's like, okay, here we go. She's fondling Xavier's school.
Right. I kind of thought we were going to see it.
I was hoping.
I know.
So bad.
I was hoping for the same
I'm
thing.
glad they did.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't. But it's
Would have been too cheap.
Again, honestly, it's a good subtlety. Just have her going upstate, just going. Like you're like, okay, she's going there.
Yeah,
like, she's going somewhere around there. You're like, okay, I got that.
And a great actress to build the X-Men around as well.
Yes.
Like knowing you have Sadie Sink locked in that like 1A spot, that's great.
I know Gooch was through the roof when he saw Yelena, when he saw Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of. I mean, I think there are probably too many characters in this movie, but I will make an exception for Yelena.
I think she served her. I think she was a good. Here. I haven't even gotten to this point yet. I should have said some non-spoilers. This movie does a fantastic job at not undercutting every emotional moment with a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And when they do, it's heartfelt. Like even at the end with Punisher and Spider-Man when they're in the hospital, it's emotional and there is humor, but it's like a sentimental amount of humor. It's not like, oop, fucking someone fell in the background and fell on their ass or they farted. And I know that doesn't really happen. Okay.
I wish.
That's Phantom Menace. But you get my point. It's like the whole movie, I actually don't think they one time undercut a really emotional. There's a lot of emotional stuff in the movie. They did not undercut it with humor. And again, if they did, it was just a small moment of levity to sort of move on to the next thing. So I thought that was as big of a win as anything in terms of like going against things that haven't worked in recent, that's not even a recent. That's like all Marvel stuff.
It's
That's
all
been a problem
Marvel,
since Guardians, really. So,
Robbie brought up a point earlier about the characters, and he said how like Hulk and Punisher got worthy. They weren't cameos; they were worthy parts. The only one I disagree with is Florence Pugh. There was no reason for it to be.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand
That
that.
was
It
dumb.
does not make a ton of sense for her. She
she's
is.
like,
They're trying to.
I thought it did make. I
like-
thought it did make logic sense though. Peter's like, oh my god, someone's getting mind controlled. The only person he knows that's been mind controlled is her.
But also on top of that, what is a question we always have when we leave these movies? Like, where the fuck are the Avengers?
Yeah.
This just nips that in the
Yeah.
bud right away.
Yeah.
Just at least like it
Again,
it could have been one
I know,
scene.
Klemmer, you just said like I don't like that. That's unfortunate, but that is the game here. Like that is what they're doing. It's a connected universe. So I that's a great point. 'Cause I didn't even think about that. Like there they are. They're the Avengers.
We
They're
always
like,
ask that.
Yeah.
We always at the end of every movie are like, where the fuck are the
Even
Avengers
in
been around
Thunderbolts,
this?
we were like, where was Spider-Man?
Yeah,
During-
exactly.
Like, there's when you're dealing with New York centric heroes, I do like the explanation of like the Avengers deal with big potatoes.
Which,
this is small
by the way,
potatoes.
they're small potatoes people. Like we're talking about that fucking new Avengers. Like it's
But I
Sentry's
like that.
great.
They do think they're
Sentry was big
They- they
potatoes.
do
Sentry's
think
big
they're
potatoes.
important.
Fucking Yelena and Red Guardian and Captain America too. Like they are small potatoes people.
But
Those
they
are
think
regular
they're-
people.
But they think they're big potatoes people.
Yeah,
you know?
they're definitely not. Like they make and the fucking what's the Ghost and like you are not big potatoes heroes. Like Spider-Man
Yeah, I
could
thought she
solo
was-
any of them.
She was but she was probably the funnier stuff in the movie,
Yeah.
like intentionally, and it all was in the I think it just was timed out right.
I
Hulk
thought
is
Ned was
another
really funny in this movie.
Yeah.
Ned has a couple lines.
Yeah,
His
Ned's
line
good.
where
Ned,
he
he's
says
he's great in that
I
role.
like Ned.
he says like, don't you want insurance? And she's like, at what cost? He's like, it depends on your deductible.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that
yeah.
line. I love his realization. Spider-Man's name is Peter. Like
Yeah.
that got a huge laugh in
Yeah,
our
yeah.
theater.
His
I thought he was
energy-
great
right.
in this.
Yeah.
The energy
Great,
drink
another
addiction.
great. Well, the humor was all very well timed here.
Yeah.
Hulk, Bruce Banner. I love the Banner scene. I thought the Thanos question from the audience was from the class was
Great.
great. That got a
Yeah.
good laugh out of me.
So
But you get Savage Hulk. Savage Hulk is back the first time in 10 years.
Since
Maybe more,
Ragnarok,
like,
right?
Ragnarok,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I thought he looked great. I thought it was he didn't overstay his welcome as Savage Hulk. The clap was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like all that shit.
Dude,
I was like,
Spider-Man
very happy to
dragging
see
the
that.
Punisher underneath him while he's
Yeah.
shooting him. Our theater literally cheered for that shot. It was just a
Mine,
shot.
mine did too.
It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Biggest-
very cool.
biggest laugh for me and that was actually probably the biggest let's go I've had in a Marvel movie for a while. Seeing I love the Hulk. I love when he goes full rampage.
Oh,
mode.
yeah.
It's such a moment on screen. But the biggest laugh was because when Punisher shows up in that situation, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Are they really going to put the Punisher in this fight? This makes no fucking sense. And then 2 seconds later, this is way above your pay grade,
Yeah.
Frank. Like, that killed me.
That was, and I even like Jean Grey taking over the Punisher and hint like John Bernthal acting like a teenage girl as he's like,
Yeah.
"Good luck, Peter
Yeah,
Parker,"
yeah,
and he like
yeah.
keeps walking. I thought that was funny. Even it was just creative fight scene. Him wearing the Shocker gauntlet from Homecoming,
Yeah.
and punching him
Yep.
while he's wrapping him around the building to kick him out. Like it was just well put together. It wasn't just you turn your brain off because we've got action now.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how it was resolved too. Like Ruffalo was being put in the aim. It's like, did I hurt anyone?
Yeah, really
it's,
good.
it's like that's probably what that character would
Yeah.
say. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like is everyone okay? Like I like that, like the moment of like I don't know, like normalcy or not normalcy. You know what I mean? Like reality
Like, come
coming
down,
into this.
yeah,
like
yeah.
oh no, that's probably what they'd say.
Even with the Hulk like letting go when he's like, Pete, like I'm your friend Peter, like do you not remember me? Like
Yes.
the Hulk almost had that moment where he just he let go and that was the end of it. That was just it was well done, man.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get to the post credit scene, we got to put on the Marvel nerd hat for a second, which is not a big post credit scene. I thought
Ugh.
maybe they got cut out of ours, though. I gotta be honest.
I got
kinda
theories.
They didn't give us anything big. Like I don't like. It made me feel like that's the movie was like the showpiece here.
Yeah.
And you can tell people like the movie because the post credit kind of stunk and nobody really gives a shit.
Kind of. Is that the worst one? You guys have seen all of them. I haven't seen all of them. That's the
Doctor
worst.
Strange.
Probably.
Doctor Strange.
not
Multiverse
the-
of Madness.
Bro, Captain America, Brave,
New World was bad.
That was so
That was
bad.
bad.
They just
Yeah,
went
it was bad.
and fucking
They
Big
filmed
Head
something
was
like, let's hope this works.
yeah,
that the Tim Blake
something's
Nelson one?
coming.
That was
Yeah.
the Tim Blake
Yeah.
Nelson.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
really
that
bad.
was so
but
bad.
this was like so lame. I was kind of annoyed. I waited around. To
Yeah.
see that.
That was alright.
But I don't know. I
It was
don't
like
really have a problem
fine,
with that.
but I
'Cause
was
it's like,
mad.
The movie's focus. Now we'll get to that in a second. Anything else though before we get to that? Because we all liked it. I
Oh,
think
there
this
is something we need to talk about, Jeff, with this movie that we both noticed it pretty much right away, which was
Oh,
the product
product
placement.
Oh, the product placement.
So much of it, man.
the Tom Holland non-alcoholic beer
Was so
almost took me out of the
fucking
movie
funny.
completely.
Let me say this. This is the most
Beer,
Marvel Homer thing I could possibly say. I don't like beer at all. I like Tom Holland so much that I'm like, Maybe I'll buy a case of beer.
A case of Bira. The second I saw them, like, no bodega would lose more money than the one that stocked non-alcoholic Tom Holland's beer in it.
Samsung, Takis,
Dude, the
Liquid IV, Little Caesars.
Samsung was
There was people were saying they made their budget back before the movie came out.
Samsung made whatever they paid were great return on investment.
Yeah,
Everyone can shoot in New York.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like before we get to the post-credit scene, should we talk about what the actual last scene in the movie, how we interpreted that?
That was my
the handshake
that
with
was
Ned.
my last thing before that was going to be the handshake, which they showed. They showed in a flashback beforehand.
Yeah,
that Ned, the handshake, and now Ned kind of like remembers a little bit.
That is a beautiful moment. I was tearing up at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. As much as I love that he dealt with his consequences, eventually he's got to get back with his fucking friend.
I kind of love the idea that like the platonic relationship is the one that is the true love's kiss. Like that is the one that
like
breaks through. I love that.
So did we take it as he realized, all right, he found out earlier in the movie Spider-Man's name is Peter. He introduces himself as Peter and he's putting it together in his mind, oh my God, this guy's fucking Spider-Man? And that was muscle memory, the handshake. Or is it like something was knocked loose by what Jean Grey did?
I think the memories are knocking loose. There's also Ned's magic. Ned is
He
magic.
is magic.
Mm-hmm.
He is magic.
Yeah, there were some tears too when they were all frozen by
Yeah.
Jean Grey. There were some tears, and I think that's definitely because you don't see. Do we see MJ again? I don't think we do.
We see her again, and she's on the rooftop holding the necklace Peter gave her in Far From Home.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. What I think is, a great way to handle it. Because again, I was worried that they were going to do that in the first like 20 minutes.
Right.
Which would have been so cheap. And I think they earned it. I think they earned that, which is
Big
again,
time.
100%. Because by the time we get to the next Spider-Man movie, or maybe he'll be in Secret Wars or whatever, but it's going to be another 3-4 years at least.
I want to see
probably.
them together.
Yeah, and I do too. I
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
like by the time they get back together in that movie, it's going to be the most satisfying couple reunion of all time.
And
it's going to create world
friendships-
peace.
Those friendships are so great, and it reminded me a lot of that was in Superman with Jimmy Olsen and Clark Kent. Like that sort of companionship is so great in these movies for like the 1A type of morally great superheroes. I love that, and I think like it's so great with.
I love their friendship so much. I really hope they never go down the Ned as a villain path, which they joke about in No Way Home. And I would never do that. I'm like, I love their friendship so much. I really hope they never do that. That would break my heart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first time we see Ned in this franchise, he's coming up to Peter and he's like, "Want to come over and build the Lego Death Star?" And it's just beautiful.
He's watching Empire Strikes Back in this one.
Building Legos was like, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. So good, man.
Earned emotional response from the audience, and that's what I hope. Look, Robbie was on 2 weeks ago to talk about Odyssey, and we had this whole big debate about Marvel and future and stuff. And I think there's a little caveat, asterisk I'll put on this. Spider-Man seems to be a bit death-proof.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that said, though, this is a very MCU heavy movie. Super, super heavy MCU. There's a lot of connective tissue in here, and it worked. And I think last year, Fantastic Four may not have been everyone's favorite. I liked Fantastic Four, but I loved Thunderbolts. And I think Thunderbolts had a lot of real stuff in there. Doomsday, I know Doomsday has a couple scenes in the trailer where you're like, what is that? Like the Doom stuff. But I know they did film on a lot of like real stuff as well, because you saw that with the post-credit of Thunderbolts, which was filmed by the Russos when they were on set for Doomsday. So I don't know, there's a lot of things that you're like, okay, if I'm even as a big fan, and I'm probably more positive than maybe Gooch and Klemmer, but I'm more maybe in the middle with maybe Kenjac is, my like level of confidence definitely went up pretty significantly with this. You're like, okay, if this is what they do going forward, let's just be positive, maybe say that they are. That's a good sign. There were a lot of things here that they did that went against a lot of stereotypes and tropes that they have brought on themselves.
Spider-Man movies have always been good. Even when Marvel was in its worst stages of bad movies, Spider-Man movies were still good. Spider-Man is not the bellwether for Marvel quality. Spider-Man is always going to be good because Spider-Man's awesome. Marvel did a great job casting Tom Holland from the jump. And I think the two directors that do a good job.
Mm-hmm. I do think I agree with that point. Like Spider-Man can be good while Marvel's bad, but I do think this Spider-Man movie hitting right now before Doomsday, definitely what Jeff was talking about 2 weeks ago. It's trending upwards in terms of everyone's mindset towards Marvel.
Oh, it can't hurt.
Yeah,
and I will say, since we had
this one, in Klemmer, to that point, sorry to cut you off, but I do think this one, I was surprised. There was way more MCU connective tissue in this than I had expected. I knew these people were in it. Like, I knew Hulk, but I thought it was going to be sprinkles. They were very heavily in it,
big
and
time.
It worked.
Yeah.
I think, if this is maybe hindsight 2020, whatever, call it revisionist history, but if we had had this conversation 2 weeks ago, and Klemmer, you would have asked me, okay, but if it's just a Peter Parker Spider-Man story, do you see that as a big momentum boost? And I probably would have been like, I don't know, because it seems maybe separate on its own, but this one felt way more MCU based, and still works. I think
especially
that
versus
helped.
the last three. The last three were all pretty much it's just Spider-Man shit. Like there's not a lot of MCU happening in the other ones. Like you get a little bit of Iron Man in the first one, but the rest of it's
It's
basically
strange. But for the most part, it's
it's
you're
just
right.
him
This
and
was
his
way
stuff.
more MCU heavy
and his
kinda
villains.
crazy.
Yeah,
And his villains. I will say, so,
Which was the best Peter Parker story. That's the kind of weird thing, right? Like it was
And
more MCU
we keep
heavy.
giving Tom Holland credit for this
More
one
Peter
being his
Parker.
best Peter Parker performance. It's probably the most time he spent in the mask versus outside of it as well, which I think is even more impressive. And his way of emoting while still in the mask is so good. Even the scene where he's like squeezing out the webs, he starts like gagging in the mask. Like he's able to do good physical comedy in this suit as well.
Since we had that discussion, though, the news did come out that Marvel was going to make less movies, which is kind of like what we were discussing 2 weeks ago. Was like I think they realized, all right, we're going to need to do quality over quantity here.
They realized that a couple years ago, though. I feel like,
And if they're going to just, last year, I guess you're probably right, because it takes a couple years to make a movie. You're right, but this is the first year we're kind of seeing the dividends of that.
True.
So they're going to have from now until the end of next year. You said there's only 2 Avenger movies. That's it.
well, there's just Doomsday. They haven't even started shooting Secret Wars yet.
But that's.
I think that's going to get pushed.
Oh, okay.
I definitely think.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't even started shooting, and it's
So
supposed
is
to
there
come
a
out
chance
2027.
2027 has no Marvel movies,
Yeah, I think there is a chance. It'll definitely have some shows. We'll have Daredevil season 3,
but no movies?
maybe no movies, which
Wow.
I'm totally fine with.
Are
I
you?
think that's like
build up some like serious anticipation. as you
again,
get
it's what
into
we
it.
were talking about last week. I feel like they have learned their lesson, and I'm cool with what they want to do from here on out.
I have to, based on this slate, I have to believe you.
It's a good slate we've got. We've got 2 Avengers movies, Ghost Rider, Black Panther, an X-Men movie in development, and potentially a Deadpool movie in development. Those are all pretty safe
and then
picks
you
in
got to
terms
have
of
a
box
Spider-Man
office.
movie locked somewhere in there. 'cause I mean, this
You
one-
would certainly hope so. You would
3
hope
years,
that
9
they're
months.
bringing back.
That's what they have to do.
Yeah.
What's that?
They have to do one every 3 years. Within 3 years, 9 months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's the deal?
Sony,
Yeah.
Sony
Okay, so we're
contract,
definitely
yeah.
get a Spider-Man movie then.
Yeah.
And like with the box office, with the
that's
reception to
funny.
this, bring back the whole squad. Everyone that was involved in this one, have them do the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I would have loved if DDC had got a chance to do Wonder Man season 2. 'Cause
I agree.
That was
Maybe
like
this
the
will
best
free
shit
him
they
up.
had.
I
This
think
will
that's
free
what
him
it
up
is.
to do-
I think that's exactly what it is.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Because apparently they knew last week and they waited until this movie dropped and they knew people would be excited. And then they were like, oh, we're actually not doing this anymore.
He was supposed to direct which one of the Avengers movies?
Kang Dynasty.
Kang?
Yeah.
Kang Dynasty.
And
right
that got
before
taken
that.
away from him, and this one pretty much got given to him right away, which shows they had confidence in him to be like, you're going to be
Yeah,
the
it
big
wasn't
guy.
him
Which you
saying.
could see from Shang-Chi, too. I think Shang-Chi is one of the best post-Endgame.
Yeah,
movies.
Shang-Chi. Yeah. I actually revisited Shang-Chi the other day because of
Dude.
watching this, and I
First
I
2/3 of
quite
that
loved
are awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Becomes a CGI slop mess towards the end for sure. But like, again,
Beautiful
creative
storyline.
choreography. Yeah, really good comedy. The Ben Kingsley stuff is hysterical in
Dude, the
that
stuff
movie.
between him and his dad is awesome.
Yeah.
Like really good. Like
This
it's
guy's just a good director. He really
yeah,
is.
really good director.
And very good for this like genre.
Did
Yeah.
a nice job with this. John Watts did a nice job too, though.
Totally.
Yes, again, we are John Watts defenders here.
Yeah.
I think
No
for
doubt.
the most part. I do not understand that level of hatred he gets at all. Not even a slightest bit. Like I posted that on my Letterboxd review. I was like, to preface, like I'm a John Watts guy. Like I liked his movies. And the first comment on it was like John Watts is a war criminal for his trilogy. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
I feel like
Like-
there are like book people. You know how book people get mad at Game of Thrones and stuff? Book people get mad that the Tony Stark, Happy Hogan, like that was a big part of Tom's trilogy. When I think it was such a natural way to do it in the MCU.
Yeah.
And such a way to make it fresh from the other 2 Spider-Man takes, which weren't that long ago before
No, not
Tom
at
Holland
all.
took over.
Yeah.
And Andrew taking over, it was kind of like,
It was
oh,
also,
we're doing
like-
this already? Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
you
I
had
don't
to
know
change it
where
and
they
give him Tony
were.
Stark and all that.
I would assume, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I would assume when Tony Stark was introduced as his Uncle Ben, there was a known situation. And now Aunt May is obviously Uncle Ben as well to that extent. Like she dies as well. But he also is that replacement of Uncle Ben. I would assume there's an assumption like we know Tony Stark's going to probably die in 2 years.
Yeah.
In Endgame.
Probably.
They-
Yeah.
So
they-
to
they-
me,
the way they
I-
set up their relationship, yeah.
you can hate the Iron Spider stuff and like it's a Tony Stark, but a lot of the earned payoff of the emotion of the movie was because of that presence as well, and he was very felt in the last one as well. Everywhere I see his face, blah blah blah. So it's just one of those things. So
Is he mentioned one time in this movie, by the way?
Stark?
Stark.
I don't
No.
think so.
There might
I
be
don't think
Iron Man
so.
in the background, but
I don't
no,
think
I'm
so.
sure there's Stark or Iron Man
I saw
somewhere.
a lot of chatter online. People very upset. How does he afford this apartment? And I'm thinking, well, he knew Tony Stark pretty well. I'm guessing money's not a problem because they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm guessing. Yeah,
'cause-
no, yeah.
Because the lady from The Bear was just like, hey, what do you do for work? And he's like, this is my job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you
So
when
I
you love your
assume
job,
he just
yeah.
inherited money on some level from
And
Tony
Stark died like a year before.
You could also
the
say he
events of
inherited
this.
something from Aunt May, passed away.
Well, she
it's
was
also
working
like,
at the food. I don't know if she had a lot of money, right?
But, like,
Wasn't she?
yeah, they lived in a nice
And
apartment.
that's not, they're like, oh, but they wiped his memory. It's like, if you inherit money, you inherit money. It's like,
And
people forget who you are. It
People
doesn't mean
didn't
you
forget
exist.
Spider-Man is
Yes.
one of the Avengers. Like
Yeah.
there could be a deal where they funnel Spider-Man money and they don't know exactly who it is. Like
It's also like,
I didn't think that was a crazy.
Bro,
thing.
his NIL deal is fucking.
No, see, I was thinking
crazy.
he's got that quad monitor set up. He's probably doing a little day trading.
little
right
mining.
there.
Oh,
Oh
doing a
yeah,
little day trading.
he's
They-
watching DDTG. Yeah,
You know how they used to,
Actually-
Sony wanted to make him like a parkour Spider-Man. No, you're good. I'll cut that out. They wanted to make him a parkour Spider-Man at one point. What if now they're like, let's make him a crypto bro?
Actually, Diamond Hands sounds like it would be a Spider-Man villain. A little bit.
Me and
Doesn't
Clem
it?
were also joking. Like the MCU New York at this point is so dangerous that maybe rent is just like ground floor.
Yeah.
Like you could really get whatever
Right.
story apartment.
He like stopped saving people to make
Yeah.
like drive his rent prices
That
down.
was also such a subtle moment in the movie where then his neighbor says hi to him, so he immediately moves up to the attic.
Yeah.
He's just so like uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
That was funny too when he goes in the laundry and he's
The
wearing
wrong
her
thing.
tank top.
Yeah.
She's like,
That
"Is
was
that
a
my
good scene.
shirt?" And he's like, "No." And then he walks out in the juicy couture,
Yeah.
on the butt.
Dude, he was
sweatpants.
yoked for this, by the way. Like,
Oh my
he is
god.
yeah, oh my God.
Dude, that Florence Pugh scene, I was ready to cover my fiance's eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
don't
Bro,
look at Tom Holland like that.
he's always been like like thin, wiry, ripped, but like he's a fucking.
The dude is
huge.
fucking. He could be a wrestler if he wasn't so short.
Also,
Yeah.
there's a shot that man was wearing a wig in this movie. Really good one, but his hairline has never looked better in these movies.
You think he's wearing a wig?
I don't know what they're doing with it. His hairline has never looked
I
better.
did
looked
notice
really
his
good.
hair looked great. in
His
this
hair
movie.
looked
It
phenomenal.
looked so good, but it looked good on the press tour too. I'm just
Yeah.
a Tom Holland stan.
No, Zendaya's been putting in the work with him.
Yeah.
I mean, his
I
scenes
hope
with her
he-
look the best.
I hope he
Everything
knows how much he crushed this.
Yeah.
What?
You think?
I said I hope he knows
Oh,
how
yeah,
much
I
he
think
crushes.
so.
Because
Oh, yeah.
before this, I saw an interview. He was on Happy, Sad, Confused, and he said, "I'm more nervous for this to come out than I even was Homecoming." He's like, "I feel like I put way more into this, and the stakes are way higher for me personally." I hope he had the best weekend ever.
I'm
Just
sure
like,
he did.
oh,
we,
we
dude,
nailed it.
you just get this news. You don't even need to see like the Rotten Tomatoes or anything. You
Yeah.
just broke every fucking record that a box office has.
I beat
So,
Endgame
yeah.
by myself.
right
myself.
right after Odyssey too. Like
Yeah.
what a fucking month,
What a
man.
run.
What a month.
Can
for
I-
him.
What a
I
year in
also-
that household.
Can I also say, so my building, so I live in Roosevelt Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, did it get leveled? Did it get
So-
leveled by damage control?
I basically live damage control area.
It,
They
it is
blew up
like
your
where
house.
they CGI'd you
Roughly-
out, right?
roughly,
Yeah.
Yes. Like my apartment's
I think it was like the softball
gone.
fields.
My dog's dog walk is gone.
Damn.
Things are just gone. They did keep the lighthouse at the end of the island, which was nice. But yeah, like huge, like half the island is gone. Damage control took my island.
Am I crazy? Does Roosevelt Island get fucked with a lot in I think
think
Roosevelt Island gets fucked with a lot in Spider-Man. Isn't like the first movie, like the wire
On
the
the
cable
tram.
that's on the
Yeah.
tram in
On the
Roosevelt
tram,
Island.
yeah.
I
no.
also think in Batman vs Superman, I know it's Gotham and Metropolis. I think there's like a Roosevelt Island-esque thing where the final battle
There
takes
is.
place.
Yeah.
right. It's like a little island
Yeah,
Yeah,
between.
because that was during the whole time where they said like, yeah, we got to take the fight elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's when everyone was like, we got to stop killing people.
they
in these
destroyed
movies. Like,
all of Metropolis and Man of
elsewhere.
Steel.
And if you're not from New York, you're probably like, well, yeah, Roosevelt. By the way, 12,000 people live on Roosevelt Island. It's not like it's
Not
a
anymore.
big place.
Very
right?
tiny,
Anymore, yeah.
6,000 in Spider-Man's world.
I saw it the first time on 34th Street, and there's in the opening, like the tank chase or whatever, Punisher's like, just came past 34th Street, and I swear everyone in the theater was a little sass me.
Yeah.
Like, here we are. Oh my god.
But I appreciate the representation by Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was nice,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Final thing is the post-credit scene. So the post-credit scene uses the spider tracker, which I thought was very funny, by the way, especially when we saw what it was. And it's like this really corny old like Nintendo video game.
Yeah.
style
There's like a
thing.
Pokedex
With
or
the
something.
Spider-Man theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, the
man.
Spider-Man theme was good. Yeah, I like that.
That
That was good.
So they show space, and they show Spider-Man sighting, and it ends with the Spider-Man sighting in space. So that can mean a couple things. I won't spoil anything. I've seen rumors on Doomsday. I haven't seen any leaks, but I've seen rumors. I've seen some things. The one I'll talk about that made the most sense to me would be that the post-credit for Thunderbolts shows the spaceship of the Fantastic Four, a spaceship that we haven't seen yet, coming into orbit around Earth, but it's in space. Could that mean like is fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man on that spaceship with them? A lot of rumors that he's in it. Could that just be another planet or universe they're on? That's what I assume they were implying, because it has been confirmed that it ties into Doomsday and that's related to. So I assume it means another Spider-Man, because we are going to get that. That's my only takeaway.
What are the chances we get a new, younger Spider-Man, whether that's Miles Morales or a different Peter Parker? Or
I think
Ben
it's
Reilly
smart
situation?
for them to slowly introduce it the way they
Yes.
introduced Spider-Man in Civil War. If they're going to introduce Miles Morales,
Because I love Tom Holland, and I think he's been phenomenal in this role. He's 31, 32.
he's got 2 more. I think he's got 2 more.
Why can't Peter Parker get older?
He can
gets
get older.
in the comics.
He
He's got a
he can
trilogy
get
after
older.
this for sure. Like,
He can
no
get older,
doubt, 2
but
more.
they're going to want a teenage Spider-Man. That's
And I think they should have one so he could pass on what
Yes.
Tony
He
taught
could do-
him.
It is
what
like
they're
and
doing in
step into the
Lanterns.
mentor role.
What they're
the
doing,
fact
trying to
that
do in Lanterns,
Sony,
they
which
could do
I
here.
assume this is Kevin Feige, like putting his foot down on Amy Pascal to be like, just fucking wait. The fact that they haven't made a Miles Morales live action is kind of crazy, because they
Nuts.
make live action.
You're saying you
anything.
think they're waiting until after the animated is done?
Maybe, well, at this point, when's that gonna be?
I know.
10 years.
I know.
I think if Sony had their way, we'd already have seen Miles Morales. Because look at what has existed with the Sony Spider-Man universe. They've if Spider-Man had a fucking booger and it came to life, they'd make a fucking spin-off
Yeah,
movie
true.
about it. Like they make, so the fact they haven't made it off of a character which is crazy successful in these Spider-Verse movies is nuts. And I would assume that's where Feige probably is like, hold on, let's wait. But it's natural that the next Spider-Man is Miles Morales. Like, why would it not be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah.
I also took the post-credit scene initially. I took it as like a Secret Wars tease. You know, like Battle World is
Yeah.
going to become a thing. Spider-Man goes off-world. I kind of took it as that. Like, did Spider-Man get teleported? And they're showing us
They
this in
said
the future.
Doomsday though. 'Cause
I
that would
know.
make sense.
I
That
know.
would make sense, but
So
they said Doomsday.
That
So
makes
I
me
thought it
think
was
maybe
shit.
you're right about it being like a Toby
Because you
tease.
wouldn't see that. I saw someone reply to me. I posted on, I think, our Discord. I said, they're like, well, where's the ship? But I'm like, but the spaceship wouldn't show up on the app.
No.
Like, so it would be.
Some
so that was
people
my
were
only
poking
thought.
holes in that too. They're like, how could you have GPS technology in space on the Spidey? It's like, again, it ain't that kind of fucking movie, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
somebody.
It's a fun
I
little
saw
tease.
some of that.
He's in
They're like some of the
space.
physics with this movie. I'm like, come on, what are we?
the
what are we
GPS is
doing?
a bit of a security issue for Spider-Man, though. No, right? Like anybody can just log on to this tracker and be
It's
like,
fine.
"Here's
Yeah, it's
Spider-Man."
not
Spider-Man.
great for
It's a
him.
problem for him.
Jean Grey tells him you're a very easy guy to track.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's like a Waze system, right?
Mhm.
Where it's all self-reported type stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is, or whatever.
Yeah,
Citizen.
people you just get spotted. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was fun. To talk about that movie. We all loved it. We're obviously big fans of Spider-Man. And I'm glad people like it and are fucking seeing it. Curious the legs it has. I saw Klemmer, you and Robbie were tweeting about it a little bit. Superhero movies don't typically have legs quite like some other movies. But the fact, I will say this about the IMAX thing, though the IMAX thing is a sign of maybe they do believe it's going to have legs. Will it impact? It's less about like will it impact the Odyssey, more of like clearly they think like, hey, this is going to be something that people continue to go see. So we'll see how it
I
does.
mean,
But
this
the
isn't
Odyssey is
Supergirl. It's gonna have a 70% drop. Like, and also if it
sure.
had a 50% drop, what does that even mean? It still means it made
Made half a bill
Yeah.
or whatever.
like what does it make next weekend? Like $200 million, like or whatever, $180 million. Like, we're in kind of a stratosphere now where it's like all the rules kind of go out the window, and you're kind of just like, what is next week gonna be? I don't know.
Are we thinking $2 billion worldwide?
Oh, I think it's on
How
the
does it
table.
do it? How do they do in China? Like, how do they do?
I
it
heard
abroad?
China was underwhelming.
I think it made didn't they make like $800-900 million just this weekend?
Made 900, yeah.
Yeah, like I think $2 billion on the table. Why? How can it not be?
It's obviously on the table because it's right there,
We're-
right? You're
we're-
halfway there after a weekend.
Yeah.
We're kind of in uncharted territory other than Endgame.
Homecoming. It made $116 million. Homecoming did in China, so that's pretty fucking good. Made $50 million in South Korea. Like it does pretty well in Asia. It seems like not great, but
Yeah.
I think everything's on the table for this movie right now. And I also think it's a thing where people now, it's such a big movie now, people are going to be like, you know what, maybe I should go
Oh,
see it.
I've
You
already
know?
I've got people texting me that I'm like, this person hasn't seen a single movie since Endgame. And
Right.
they're like, should I go see the new Spider-Man? I'm like,
Right.
fuck yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It's
This is
awesome.
what Marvel
I
needs
think-
to break
yeah.
through to the average person.
It is.
Absolutely.
Now, we had this discussion 2 weeks ago. We don't have to get into the big debate again. We can just like kind of surface level cover it. I do think this is going to give them the bump that they needed for like when that now what they show. There's a lot of heat to the rumor that Tobey Maguire is in Doomsday, I think it would be
Yeah.
very smart of them to show that.
Oh,
Put
they should probably
Spider-Man on the
tease that
screen.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, would I hate to see the reveal in a trailer? Yes, but let's take away our fandom.
Yeah.
Let's put on the business cap. Let's put on the
Yeah, a
Kevin
little bit of money
Feige
here.
black hat with a logo hat.
Oh,
Is there a hat with the hat?
there
Somebody has
should
Kevin
be
Feige
a hat with it. We should
we're gonna
make
sell
it.
that. We're
The
gonna sell
Feige
that.
hat.
Yeah.
It would be very smart to piggyback off of that.
It's also like we already saw him in No Way Home. It's not like the first time Toby's back, you know.
Right.
So it's like
and it sounds
might
like
as well.
Tom Holland's not in that movie.
I don't think he is.
That's what people are pretty adamant about that. Now, who knows? It's pretty heavily implied there's a lot of shit that people don't know about that movie. But I do think it's going to give it the bump it needs. Now, the funny thing is, we also talked about this part. I said, and I could end up being wrong on this because this now made more than I ever thought it would make. I said I think if it made a lot of money, it would then push Doomsday up past it. But now this is, even if Doomsday does really well, like Doomsday could do insane, but still potentially have issues with this movie now because of like the Dune thing and the theater thing. It is kind of interesting how that happened. This made so much more than I thought, but I do think it's going to give the positive bump. This was a huge win for the MCU
Absolutely.
and Sony, but also Disney in that respect.
I saw someone say they think Doomsday is going to make money comparable to Infinity War, and if that's really good, if people like Doomsday a lot, Secret Wars would be the one that makes money comparable to Endgame. I do agree with that.
I also think the shit they might throw out in Secret Wars could be like all-time people just going, whoa, holy.
Yeah.
Like that has like a holy fuck movie written all over it potentially. So, yeah, we'll see. And hopefully Eternals 2 comes out.
Honestly, hopefully DC takes advantage of this opportunity because they're gonna have like a couple years slate where they're gonna have like not really a lot of competition. So maybe they can make some good movies
That
during
goes
that
back to
stretch.
what I was saying, how like people don't seem to want new things. Like they want Spider-Man, they want Avengers. The appetite for new heroes
Like
doesn't
Clayface,
seem. And I think DC's in a real
I still
problem
think
area.
Marvel has such a good slate of like Spider-Man's a sure thing, Black Panther's a sure thing, Deadpool's a sure thing. You have a decent amount of them in Marvel.
Avengers are
if you
sure
wanted to
things.
run Guardians back one day, they're going to do that. They had the Guardians will return. Like that's kind of a sure thing.
Yeah.
You have a lot of them in Marvel now.
Yeah.
You got enough.
Yeah.
And DC doesn't really have, other than Batman, which it's not even part of their universe.
Yeah.
They don't really have much.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think Superman's a sure thing.
I mean,
Wonder
I don't.
Woman.
And Wonder Woman.
I don't
I don't know if she is either. Like Superman was in a movie this year
true.
and nobody saw it.
I know that's bad.
You know, like and he had great scenes in that movie.
Yeah,
but-
scenes were the best part of that movie.
yeah.
So next week we're going to talk about One Night Only from Will Gluck with Monica
right.
Barbaro and Callum Turner, who was in The Office, by the way, on Chicks in the Office. Monica
The Sex
Barbaro.
was, yeah.
Purge.
We're also going to talk about Tony, I think, the Matt Johnson movie.
Very excited.
Dominic Sessa. Actually, my mom does not watch movies, not a movie person. Just watches The Friends and The Nanny. And I always say, you got to branch out. She's like, I don't like movies. I made her watch movies this weekend. We watched Blackberry, which, by the way, had no idea. Blackberry on my disc from Umbrella Entertainment is a miniseries. It was 3 episodes. So there was
Oh,
no
I knew they
footage.
re-edited
I
it
didn't know
like
that.
that. Yeah.
And then I showed her she'd never seen Social Network, so we watched both those. But to the point, rewatched Blackberry, and I just got so pumped to see this Anthony Bourdain movie, which I was supposed to see a screener tonight, not able to make it, so I'm bummed. But we've heard great things already.
Huge things.
We'll talk about that, and then potentially from the director of I only just saw this from the director of the Transporter 2.
Oh, fucking European. What's his name?
The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton, Clash of the Titans,
Luc Besson.
Now You See Me,
No, it's a Louis Leterrier.
Grimsby, yes, The Takedown, Fast 10, comes The Last House on Netflix, but it's got Wagner Moore and Greta Lee in it.
That's right. I saw the premiere of that.
What is this movie?
The hell is that movie? I
A
never heard of
family
that.
of 4 are suddenly The Last House, a sci-fi thriller. A family of 4 are suddenly sealed inside their home with no way out and must work together to survive against both their dwindling resources and the mysterious looming threat that is keeping them trapped. I don't care who makes it. Wagner Moore and Greta Lee. I'm like, well, now I gotta watch it. Like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Great
the name of
combination.
that Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor movie? The Last House on
Elm
Oak
Street.
Street?
The
Elm
last
Street
house
or-
on the end of Oak Street.
The end of
Yeah,
Oak Street.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to say, yeah. I was like, are there 2 Last House movies coming out this month?
Yeah, it seems like different execution, but yeah, same like
Both
style.
sci-fi movies, yeah.
Another twin film, one for us to review.
I won't be on next week. I'm sad I'm going to miss the Tony talk.
Oh, you missed Tony's. Damn.
So I will say we'll check
Tony.
I don't know how wide it is.
It won't
I don't
be.
want to.
Oh no, no, it won't be wide next week. Next week it's only going to be in New York.
We'll wait. We'll wait for the Bourdain. We'll
All
do
right.
the Netflix movie. We'll do this.
All right, good. Yeah,
Hell
do that when
yeah.
I'm gone. Do the Netflix.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Stream away, boys. Stream away.
I mean, those are two fantastic people. I'm
Come
like,
on,
fuck,
Wagner Mora.
I love Greta Lee.
who
I
am
don't want to watch.
Doesn't sound like it.
I don't watch direct to video movies. I'm good.
J. Jonah Clemmerson.
Stream away.
Who are,
Please. Stream.
who are we
Joe
kidding? I was going to
Clemmerson.
watch it anyway. But now I'm like, now I'm going to make it a priority to watch. I'm like, what the fuck? Super Troopers 3 is also coming out, which I like.
Oh god.
Oh, so is the Eli Roth movie Ice Cream Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
kinda
trailer. I
interested
hate
in
that
that.
trailer
It
so
seems
much.
upsetting to
I
me.
hate
I don't
it.
like
Getting
the
shit
torture
on,
porn.
too.
Oh, is it good?
Oh no, is it? I like Eli Roth.
I don't like
I
the
feel
torture
like-
porn stuff. Makes me upset.
I don't like that. I just like him, really.
Oh, all right.
I feel like I've been told to like him for so long, and I think I just don't like
I
him.
think
Every
he kinda
time,
stinks.
yeah, I feel like he's like, oh, he's the big creepy horror guy. He likes horror movies. I don't like any of his movies.
No.
I really don't like his movies.
I didn't see his Thanksgiving movie, but I love that trailer.
Thanksgiving, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
You know
not
the
good.
trailer he
I
made
haven't heard of this.
He made a trailer before the Grindhouse double feature, and it was like a
Oh,
fictional
yeah,
movie. But
yeah.
like last year, he made the movie.
Oh, okay.
Is this the remake? Ice Cream Man?
I don't remember. it
There's
being-
an ice cream man movie with Clint Howard from the 80s.
Oh.
Huh? Maybe it is.
That's
It's
actually
a Vinegar Syndrome release.
wow. If you're gonna make a
Oh,
movie
maybe.
with a creepy ice cream guy, Clint Howard, you couldn't pick better.
Yeah.
What a great.
You got to bring him
casting.
back though for it. No.
Seriously.
And Vinegar Syndrome, the great boutique label, they release some of the worst movies literally ever made, but also like the great Roadhouse 4K. They just released Ice Cream Man this week with Clint Howard. Then
Oh,
I
it's
saw
gotta
this,
be.
I was
Gotta
like,
be.
That
Yeah,
can't be a
it has to be
coincidence.
related. Yeah.
has to be, right?
Yeah.
But even on the Wikipedia, it doesn't mention this as a remake of. Who's the other person who did a? Oh, Edgar Wright has one of those short trailers, right?
I think he does. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And he always jokes. He's always like, people always ask me, "Can we get a full version?" He goes, "The full version exists." It's the short. I've said what I need to say about that one. All right. Anything we've watched? Thrones, I think great. I think, by the way, shout out Silo. Silo's back.
Oh, I got to get back in on that. I heard the
Silo's
season's good. Yeah.
First couple episodes were a slog this season, but now it's
good.
getting good.
Good.
The
Oh,
Throne's good.
Two things. Kenjac, Gooch, and I.
Yes.
Deja
Vu.
Talk about
Yeah,
it.
new twin. We're doing like a little mini series on twin films where we take movies that are similar, that are released around the same time period. We put them up against each other, grade them, decide which one's the better. We did Prestige versus The Illusionist this week. Very fun watch. Very fun
It's
to do
out right
too.
now.
Yeah, it's out right now. You can watch it right now. And also, we are doing next week, I believe, Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Hell
which will be
yeah.
a
Yeah,
fun
we're gonna
watch.
come out every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we'll do them
One
every
of the
this is
best
bi-monthly.
twin film examples of all time.
And then Robbie Fox and I do Super Critics.
Yep.
And we just did one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, agreed.
The Crow City of Angels.
Got a half
The Crow
star from each
sequels
of
are
us.
so fucking
Like
bad.
it's just horrific.
I
And
can't
then
even believe that
Horrendous.
passed your bar.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
it was released in theaters, and then
It was number one the week it was released.
Labor Day, number
crazy.
one. And then the next movie, it gets even better for us. Batman and Robin is coming out this
one
week.
of Jeff's favorite, the
Oh,
Bat Card.
But that's fun.
That-
That's a
That
fun
is
bad
it's a
watch.
fun one to talk about.
Did
Did you record that one already?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
Tomorrow with a giant guest, Tommy Smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tommy
just,
Smokes is coming
I'm
on to do
jealous.
the
I would
fourth
have liked to
movie
fill
in
in some
series.
smokes on that one. That's one of my favorite movies ever made.
Next time you're here, come jump on with us.
Yeah.
the Bat Card,
That's
never
a
leave
good one.
home.
I'm excited to watch that.
This weekend, I watched a bunch of late 90s, early 2000s, like nostalgia movies. So I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous for the first time, which hasn't aged great, but it was fun to watch. It's just got an amazing cast. Allison Janney and Amy Adams and Kirsten Dunst. Then I watched The Mummy for the first time, which was a pretty fun movie.
Yeah.
The
I'd
OG?
never seen The Mummy.
Oh wow.
I said I expected, based on the way I've heard about it my whole life, it to be a little less just like Indiana Jones clone-ish, but it's just an Indiana Jones movie where Brendan Fraser is basically just playing Harrison Ford. They call him a
dummy-
scoundrel
he's-
100 times.
He's a himbo. He's
Yeah.
not Indiana Jones. He's
but they're like, he's just a scoundrel that you can't trust. And I'm like, all right, I get it.
no, he's a big dummy, but he's not smart. Indiana Jones has always
Yeah,
been smart. Like Brendan Fraser's kind of a dummy.
But
like, his
fun
wife is
movie.
a smart one.
CGI has not aged great, but
No.
I've never seen a movie sober.
oh really?
It was like on the background of a lot of like parties I went
It
to.
was fun. It was
Yeah.
good.
I watched a few
Yeah.
black and white movies over the weekend. Some Cagney ones, The Roaring Twenties and The Public Enemy, which is pretty cool because like when you watch those older like 30s black and white movies, a lot of actors, I feel like the direction they get given is say every line you have as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Do not try to act it out.
Yeah.
So they just say everything they can really, really, really fast, but there's no emotion behind it. But then Cagney like really delivers lines like we would more imagine a modern actor doing it, like with emotion and like something to it. And he's just so good. He's
That's
a really
the
good
George
actor.
Lucas, right? He would always just be like faster and more intense. Actors
Yep.
would be like, that is not a good note.
No, it's terrible. Yeah, some good movies.
Two big things I got this week. Two huge releases. This is a big one. Stranger Things came out in 4K.
Oh, that's sick.
And I watched good chunks of the first 2 seasons. Looks fucking unbelievable. Like maybe the greatest example as to physical overstreaming that's ever existed.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. Cool box set.
That's Sean Levy
Actually got
direction.
2. Shout out. Join our Discord, the film crew. It's not really our Discord. They took it over from us, but I'm very active in there. I do raffles like once every 6 months. And I give away every movie that I replace or like upgrade to 4K. And I got 2 of these and I gave this away.
Oh, very nice.
So join our physical media lounge. We actually have a guy in there and we do fun ways to do the raffles. Like I actually built a website. I put everybody in a bracket and then it gives 5 random movies for my rankings. And whoever had the higher average of my movies moved on in the bracket. And that's how we determine the order for the draft.
Funny.
So they draft. We have a guy in there whose name is Gungan Man, and he only speaks like Jar Jar Binks the whole time. So when during the raffle, when he made his pick, he literally like his message was
Like Misa
let's see,
happy.
what did he pick here? He said like Misa want like the Northman. He only speaks like Jar Jar Binks. So join our Discord. It's great. So that was awesome, but this was the best release. This is the definitive way to watch Kill Bill. It's an even better transfer. Kill Bill Whole Bloody Affair from Lionsgate Limited. It also has the veil like on the cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's sick.
Very
yeah.
cool.
It looks unfucking believable. The release from Lionsgate for Kill Bill 1 and 2 a couple years ago is also very good, but this looks so damn good. Tons of special features, tons of discs. Really, really cool release. So shout out to those two. Those were 2 big releases this week.
I've never done the whole bloody affair. I want to do that. I want
It's
to watch
awesome.
it as one. I've only ever watched part.
It
1,
is.
part
It
2.
works as people always thought it would. It works fantastic.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What's your favorite genre of movie? Action, drama, comedy, sci-fi? Well, I can tell you what mine is, and that's Jason Statham mowing down bad guys in a one-man crusade. And good news for me, my beloved action hero returns to theaters next month with his newest film, Mutiny. The film is described as Die Hard on a boat, and if that doesn't sell you, just go check out the trailer right now. I personally recommend the second trailer, which features not only Jason Statham doing Jason Statham things, but also as Muhammad Ali's I'm the Greatest speech running in the background, which is basically a cheat code to get me in the theaters opening weekend. This time, Jason Statham's on a mission to expose an international conspiracy and uncover a human trafficking ring. Can he pull it off? Make sure to see Mutiny only in theaters on August 21st and find out.
Here we go. Top 10 worst superhero. No, not superhero. Top 10 worst Marvel and DC castings. Marvel and DC only. There's a couple bangers on here. First couple, though, only 2 people had. And there's one that was Klemmer and I had this person in our top 10. They didn't make the list, number 11. I was devastated. Related to a movie we may have just mentioned. Number 10, the worst Marvel and DC casting. Robbie Fox and I had this person. I had it 6. He had it 5. I like this guy. He's I think he's fantastic in Oppenheimer. That's Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin / Harry Osborn. I like him. I'm a defender of the movie Valerian. I think you all suck that you don't like Valerian. I like Valerian.
I like Valerian
Dane
too.
DeHaan
It wasn't
was.
bad.
This was a wildly bad character, bad miscasting. Great example of just. I don't think people watch the full Amazing Spider-Man 2 when they say they like.
No,
it. I
they
think
watch
they
it in
watch-
clips. They
watch
definitely
clips
watch
on
in clips.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because this movie stinks. This movie's
It's
bad.
unwatchable. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's unwatchable. It is so bad. He's so bad. It's supposed to be Harry Osborn. It's everything like I don't like about Harry Osborn. It just doesn't work at all. Like the scene where he drops Gwen. Good scene. It's well done. Like the web swinging scenes are great. Everything else in the movie is horrendous. Jamie Foxx is dreadful.
Terrible.
Just absolutely terrible in the movie.
So bad that they were like, we're just not going to do that in No Way Home.
No, they were like,
The
you just do
electricity
Jamie Foxx.
fixed his face.
Yeah. But yeah, oh my God, DeHaan is just
I
horrendous
would bet
casting.
when they wrote that, they were like, does this seem a little too much? And they're probably like, yeah, but fuck it, that character stinks so much. We don't even care. Like, whatever. Make it unbelievable. We don't even care.
Dude, when Garfield's Spider-Man is talking to DeHaan by like the river, and he's like, Spider-Man, or woman.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
so great.
It's so bad.
The Renaissance is coming though.
He's
It's
a good actor.
coming.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad
I
actor
like
either.
Han.
I don't think he's a bad actor
very
at all.
good in
Dane
Oppenheimer.
DeHaan.
Yeah.
He was great in Oppenheimer. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent in Oppenheimer. Yeah. He is a piece of shit in Oppenheimer. Next up, number 9. Me and Gooch have this one. I actually was very surprised that Klemmer or Robbie didn't have this person. I wonder if people disagree with this one. 2 movies. I think he is a huge problem in both of these. Chris O'Donnell is Robin in Batman Forever.
I don't think he's that bad.
I
He's not
I
that
actually thought he was
bad.
Number 5 for me. I think he is. That loser when his family dies in the first. What a loser!
His family died.
What a loser scene that
What
is.
the
He's a
hell?
loser. He saves Gotham. He takes the bomb out.
He's 37 years old in Batman and Robin.
We just covered this. He was the best. He might have been the best part of Batman Forever.
He's got some good scenes in Batman Forever.
only
Him and
human being.
Alfred.
The best part of Batman Forever is the
Batman
Bat Tunnel.
kills his bike.
Yeah.
He's on the statue. He's yelling that's terrible.
What do you
Come on,
want him to do?
he's
That's
got
not
some
his
good
fault.
scenes with Alfred in that movie.
Who
I
would
think he's fine.
who would have saved that movie? Like what?
Not Chris O'Donnell.
Not
Chris
You
O'Donnell.
know,
Fine.
I do
He's
agree
totally
now that you
fine.
say it, he was definitely too old to be cast, so I understand it from that perspective, but I think the performance he gives makes up for it a little bit. I think he's okay.
He's not. It's not great, but that movie stinks, and he is the only human being in that movie. The next Batman and Robin.
Oh, like they're all like caricature.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin, I have no defense, but like everyone's Batman movies is almost like, all right, what do I do here?
I said he reminded me of like Elias Codius in Ninja Turtles. He was almost like a Casey Jones
What, like,
personality
a human
figure.
being among like cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
didn't
like
think Nicole Kidman's 21-year-old? What's her career in this one?
Oh yeah, Chase Meridian. She's
yeah,
like a
Chase
psychic.
Meridian. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. What a character.
Chase Infinity named after her.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
The I
Poor
think
Chris
I think
O'Donnell. Chris O'Onnell gets
What do you mean, poor
Jeff
Chris
says
O'Donnell?
he's
He's
a
a fucking
loser
terrible
watching his
actor.
family
He's a
die.
terrible actor.
How many? What Robins are above him in your mind?
Not many,
Ward.
because like there's not been a lot.
Yeah,
There's
many
only
Robins.
one other
Burt
Robin
Ward.
live action.
Yeah.
Like, that's
a,
it.
That's
Yeah.
a character that's
Like,
in
I feel like
his
better.
comics
I'm
is
not
terrible.
I don't know if it's just like because there's no
No,
comparison.
whoa. What did you just say?
I say great in the comics, but terrible mostly on
Thank
screen.
God.
Okay.
So Dick Grayson is my favorite
Yeah,
comic
Nightwing
hero
rules.
ever. Nightwing for life. I just couldn't handle any Dick Grayson.
Oh no,
slander.
come on! I love it when he moves out to Bloodhaven. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think
but I
he's
think
fine.
they haven't really figured out how to do it
I couldn't agree more.
on screen at all.
stick to NCIS, buddy.
There's that
That's all.
the kid from Mason Thames.
Yeah.
Tames,
Yeah.
He wants to play Dick Grayson so bad.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
at
I can
Comic Con.
see
They were
that.
like, I think he could be good casting too.
He could.
Someone asked him like, "Oh, who's your favorite superhero?" And he went on a soliloquy about Dick Grayson, where it was
What
clear
age-
Oh, I like him
he's
even more
campaigning
now.
for a role.
What's
Yeah.
the age for Nightwing?
Usually like
Early
18.
20s.
18.
Yeah, I was gonna say
18 would be a
18,
good
20.
spot.
Yeah,
Early
Early
somewhere
20s.
in
He was in
that
college.
range, yeah.
The character was in college when he went to join the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fucking.
Oh,
But
big
they were
time.
the Teen Titans, so I guess 19. I guess he wasn't 20, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's probably 18, 19. Yeah.
But they became the Titans. So.
This one shocked me that only me. So number 10, Dane DeHaan, Green Goblin. Number 9, Chris O'Donnell, Robin. Number 8, I could not believe Kenjac didn't have this one on his list. I was
Oh.
shocked.
Who hasn't?
Thought this might be top 3. Klemmer had this one. This is my number 2.
Oh.
Ian Grufford, Mr. Fantastic,
Mr.
Reed Richards,
Fantastic.
aka
come
real
on.
name. Real name is Ioan Griffith. How you pronounce it?
Yeah.
But we've talked about Ioan Grufford on this show since day one of this podcast.
There are many problems with Fantastic Four, both those movies. I don't know if I like look at that movie and I'm like, wow, it's sunk because of Ian Grufford's bad performance as Mr. Fantastic. He's
I
fine.
agree. I think he's fine.
That's
I think he's
that's
fine.
Fine.
He's not fine. He's terrible.
I think he's problem 1-1 with the movie. He's
Really?
his charisma is a black hole in those two
so
movies.
We'll get to it soon on Super Critics. I haven't watched it in a long time, and I remember being okay with it. I also remember thinking like not everyone is the best in that movie. So
Yeah,
it's
they're
kinda
pretty much
like,
all
We
operating at a
interviewed
low
Michael
level.
Chiklis, and Michael Chiklis was like, those movies are better than I think people remember. And I remember I went back and rewatched them like right after. I was like, buddy, these are fucking worse.
I think
The
those
second
are
one is
clip
really
movies
bad.
too. People watch those in clips for
Big
sure.
time, big time.
They pulled
Yeah.
a clip of him trying to pick the ring up, and
they
they're like,
love the wedding
"Oh,
scene.
they love that
they
stuff."
love
Yeah.
the wedding scene. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, like you nailed it, Jeff. His charisma could not be any lower. Like there is no. He has. It might be one of the least charismatic performances on film.
he's no Pedro Pascal.
He's no Pedro Pascal.
I don't think he's the
Ioan
worst Mr.
Grufford.
Fantastic.
I was about to say I don't even know that Mr.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah. Hold on to that one. Hold on to that one.
I don't know if he's the worst one.
I haven't seen that one, so I
I
can
haven't
put him on
either.
my list.
You haven't seen that one?
No.
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, I
Oh
thought you were
no,
talking about someone else.
you guys have seen this one.
I
The
think
one that I'm
you're talking
about.
about a smaller screen
Yeah.
sample size. Is what you're talking about.
Might be.
You're talking.
Yeah.
Might be even less charisma. I'll put it that
Yeah,
way.
I'd agree with that for
I
sure.
know what you're talking about now.
Number seven. I have it at 3. Robbie has it at 3. Gooch has it at 15. Topher Grace is Eddie Brock / Venom from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
An actor I
will say
really
I
love
think
too.
the
I think
Venom
Topher's
half of
great.
this is worse than the Eddie Brock.
Yes. I don't even love his Eddie Brock, but like just completely miscast as Venom to the point where I think Topher Grace says that all the time in interviews now, where he's like, yeah, that just wasn't right. And I think Topher Grace is a really great actor. Like Black Klansman Topher Grace, my God.
Oh, so good.
Dude, I just rewatched Howard Make a Killing. He's so good in that.
Yeah.
Like,
How Many Killing? He's really
Yeah.
good. He's also good in Heretic.
And-
It's a
yeah.
small role, but
Yeah.
I like the career he's kind of going on now. This was a just miss for me, by the way. This was like 16th on my list, if you will.
Yeah, I think he's pretty awful, and I also think the Venom stuff is where the movie falls off a cliff. Like I think the Sandman first act is really good.
Couldn't agree more.
Interesting. It's interesting. I rewatched it last night. It was the final of my rewatches, and that's how this ended. I was kind of back and forth. I was like, is Topher as bad as I remember? He just really miscast.
Yeah,
Like they got him in a leather
yeah.
jacket with frosted tips trying to be a bad boy. It's just like, why did you cast Topher Grace?
yeah. Just Eric Foreman in that role. Like what?
Crazy.
Where the Ashton Kutcher might have been good at it, and like if you want to take another person,
Honestly,
better
yeah.
than Topher
I think
Grace.
Ashton
Yeah.
would have been a better casting at
Yeah.
that point, especially. Yeah.
Number 6. I have it at 15. Robbie has it at 4. Gooch has it at 1. I think there's moments where this person
think
is
I've had a
actually
single
not
person on this list
terrible in
yet.
it, but it's there's so many other issues, and that's Ezra Miller, the Flash.
Yeah. I think
You have it at 1?
yeah, I think he's terrible. I never liked his rendition of the character. And
Now,
on
agreed.
top of that, off the field, just fucking mess.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
mess. Just
Yeah, in
all
that
around.
sense- in that
This is a
sense,
casting.
like,
It's a casting.
bad
So are we
casting.
counting? Because I think
he
he's
was
a good
cast
Flash.
before all that, wasn't he not?
He was cast before all that.
I
but-
factored it in just enough where I was like, it needs to be on my list.
Oh, he's a
That's
good.
why I have it at
I think he's a
15.
good Flash.
I
I'm also
don't
the only
think
person
so.
in the world that likes the Flash movie. So
I actually like the
No,
Flash
you're not.
movie. I don't like.
You, James Gunn, and Tom Cruise love that
Yeah,
movie.
you're
that's
only
fine.
three- you're only four
I
people.
do. I like it a lot. I think he's a good Flash.
Good trio.
But if you want to say that's bad casting because you cast someone who's like an
But
insane.
All that shit
also
happened
don't
later.
think-
All that shit happened later, though.
I don't think he's
he can.
likable on. I don't think he's winning in any moment on screen. I
Me
think
neither.
he's like.
Really? Yeah.
I never
He's so
feel myself
annoying to
wanting to
me.
root for him at any point. It's tough.
I never had a problem with him, but also I'm not a big Flash person. Like the CW show, I never liked. Like I don't really like any of those renditions of the show or the character.
I think it's a great character, and it
I
hasn't
do
been
too,
done.
and I kind of
I
like
agree.
the
It's a great
first season of the CW show is pretty enjoyable. But I like the Flash because it almost seemed like they told him to rein it in when there's two versions of him, and the one is the more mature version, is the one is the more zany, wacky version. Like I don't like that zany wackiness. I hated it in Justice League. I hated it whenever he would show up, really. And for a while, I felt like I was on an island with that. But I think people have come around.
yeah.
Next up on the list, number 5. 4 or 5 of us have this person. I'm gonna let Kenjac go. Myself had it at 8. Kenjac 3. Robbie 12. Gooch 14. Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
yeah. That was
Who was I think fine in the first movie,
I was gonna say I went back
but
and
it
forth
got
on her
worse.
because of that.
It got worse and worse and worse and worse as it went on.
I think maybe part of the first movie thing, like it kind of being more forgivable, is like they set up a decent world, I think, with Amazonia, and like she's kind of buried in it. Like there's a lot of other stuff happening where like she doesn't have to carry the load emotionally or doesn't really have to act that much. Just kind of like a physical presence, which she certainly has. She's such a fucking bad actor. Like she's so bad. And the fact that she had to highlight that in later iterations really hurt that character a ton, which sucks. So yeah, really bad.
Am I the only person that didn't have her? Because I actually think she's a decent Wonder Woman. I think she's a terrible actress. I think those two things can live in the same world.
I thought
I
she was a
disagree with
good
that.
Wonder Woman in the first movie, but it's such a fish out of water type thing where eventually you need her to evolve, and she never
can
did.
evolve.
Yeah.
Where that was where I was like, all right, she is going to make my list, because I also think she was just in a really good movie, and Chris Pine gives such a good performance in the first
Yes.
Wonder Woman that I feel like he's handling the emotional weight of that movie for a lot of it. And after that, like, man, she falls off a cliff.
When you think about some of the other actresses, like ones that we even fan cast as Gal Gadot, as Wonder Woman now, we're like, man, imagine if any of those people had the role.
I know.
Like, imagine if like Adriana Arjona had that role, or
Well,
like,
it sounds like she's gonna get that.
yeah, like imagine if someone like who had chops had that role instead, how much better it would be. That's why I think it's more of like a miscast in that sense. But like as a statue of like a giant, like physically formidable person as Wonder Woman, yeah, fits the look. Doesn't have the chops.
Yeah.
I think.
Agreed.
Number 4. Okay, so number 10, Dane DeHaan, Green Goblin. Number 9, Chris O'Donnell, Robin. Number 8, Yoan Griffith, Mr. Fantastic. Topher Grace, Eddie Brock. 7, 6, Ezra Miller, Flash. 5, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. 4, I love this one. Should have been higher on my list. 9 for me, Robbie 14, Gooch 5, Klemmer 5, Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face. Which here's my one thing with this. I always forget this because I've seen behind the scenes on this movie. I've watched interviews. I'm obsessed with these 2 movies. They're fascinating movies. Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. What was that, a Schumacher direction to be the Joker, or was it a Tommy Lee Jones decision to be the Joker following Jack Nicholson? Because that is what it's 2 Jokers. The Riddler and Two-Face are just the Joker.
He was trying to match
in this movie. And that always drives me nuts. But like, who's more at fault there? For
I don't
that?
think I think he was just having a bad time on that set. I don't think
he was,
Yeah,
he
I
was
think
trying
he
to match
overhated
Jim
it,
Carrey's
right?
Freak.
Yeah.
It's such a bizarre. Like there are times in that movie, like we just covered it on Super Critics. There are times in that movie where he is just laughing at nothing, like for no, like just like he's in the corner of the screen, just like laughing hysterically. And it just, we know Two-Face is such an interesting layered comic book character. We see it obviously in the Nolan movies, but even in the comics, like there's so much to Two-Face. And Tommy Lee Jones is such a great actor. You think that'd be a great combination? Instead, it ends up being the worst combination ever.
Yeah, I had him 14 on my list. Honestly, when I got to the like 10 through 15, it was almost hard for me to come up with names. And we were talking about it before we started recording. Like for the most part, comic book movies have done a good job with
They really
castings.
have.
But yeah, like it was just like you guys said, he was playing the Joker more than he was playing Two-Face. And when you see someone like Aaron Eckhart like really sink his teeth into Harvey Dent, even in just the one movie, he's so good in that yeah, this is just, it doesn't work.
It's weird. I almost don't view those as real movies. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, that was like a weird sideshow project. Like they are obviously, but like in my head, I don't look at Jim Carrey Riddler or like Two-Face. I'm like, wow, how'd they fuck that up that bad? I'm like, those were just fucking stupid movies.
He almost
They fucked
plays
up
it like it was
everything.
Two-Face in the 60s Adam West series. Like, and he doesn't like insert Two-Face things into it. It's just like that over the top.
You know what's crazy is when that third one came out, it was better received than Batman Returns. Like for a number of years. The only time it actually shifted is when Batman and Robin came out. And then finally it's like, well, actually Batman Returns was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for a
That is
while,
crazy.
people thought Batman Forever was like a superior movie.
It's they really aren't real movies to me. They're just childhood nostalgia. I have like a rule with some of my movies that I buy that like there's a level like I won't buy if it's a shit movie. Like that's with Marvel. I have a lot of Marvel, but like there's some I'll just never buy. Those 2 movies completely break through the glass ceiling on that because they mean so much to me growing up. Like they were just incredible.
Is there like a 4K box set of like the Schumacher movies?
Has to be.
No, I have 2 steelbook. I'd absolutely take. I'd also
cool.
take like a special edition of the Tim Burton
With
Planet
the
of the Apes
Forever
movie.
cut too, yeah.
Like I like there's these old it's like a garbage nostalgia to them that I just love, and they're just so funny. One of the greatest Easter eggs in the history of comic movies is the Riddler and Two-Face's outfits being hung up like it's at the dry cleaners in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Like in Batman and Robin, they're just hanging up there in the background.
It's weird enough because I don't even know if it's necessarily that it's like a bad casting or just like bad direction, bad performance. Because like
That is
if
why
you
I said at
told
the
me-
beginning there is a little bit to that.
Yeah, like
There's a
when
little
if
bit
you
to
told
that.
me like in the mid '90s, like yeah, we're casting Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, like that sounds awesome.
It
Like
does.
that is a
True.
great casting.
Yes.
That is
Agreed.
it. And
Tim
in my
Burton
head,
famously said Joel Schumacher fucked up my Batman movies.
it's a
Like, he
great
has always
casting,
said that.
terrible
destroyed
performance,
it.
terrible direction.
It's the Schumacherness. Like Tommy Lee Jones cannot perform well in a movie as gay as Joel Schumacher.
That is very against
They're
against
just
the ethos.
like that's just not Tommy.
Should have
Tommy
been,
Lee
Baz
Jones'
Luhrmann
wheelhouse.
should have done those movies.
A lot of
He was-
buffoonery.
Listen, don't give me ideas. 'Cause now I'm thinking about a Baz Luhrmann comic book
that would
movie, and it
suck
doesn't
so
look
bad.
bad in my head.
Oh.
It doesn't
Yeah,
look bad.
it's called Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
comic movie.
It exists and it's ass.
Nah, I think you've never seen it. I've just decided. I'm in my head canon. I've never actually seen it. That's why I don't like it.
I raise my thumb at you, sir, with like the Beretta. That's so fucking stupid.
One of the greatest texts of all time. The one thing about Milo, I mean, that is like it's so against the type of shit that I like, but I think that's why I like it because it's like it's presented in a way that's so unconventional. It's our biggest gap in
any movie, I think,
rating
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Next up, relevance to this podcast. Number 3, 11 for me, 4 for Kenjac, 8 for Robbie, 4 for Gooch. Not on Klemmer's. Sophie Turner, Jean Grey.
Dreadful.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen this, then that's why.
Very
Oh,
wooden.
she'd be on your list if
Okay.
it was. So you
Dreadful.
haven't, have you not seen First Class?
Or Apocalypse.
No,
or
I haven't seen that group of.
Or Dark
I've seen the
Phoenix.
first like
Dark-
two.
she's
Or,
got a
I've seen the
whole
first like
movie.
She's
three
not in
X-Men.
First Class.
Yeah.
She's
First
in,
2 or 3 X-Men. I've seen.
Yeah, she's in Apocalypse and Dark
Dude,
Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix is her
and
movie.
she's in is she in Days of Future
She's in
Past?
First Class. I don't remember her
First
being
Class. She's in First Class.
She's in First Class. I don't remember her being in
Right?
Days of Future
I
Past,
don't
but
think
that's
she's
because
in
everyone's
First
like dead.
Class. I think she would be
What
too
do you
young
guys
to be in
not
First
like
Class.
about her?
She's a bad actress.
She's really bad.
She's a
Honestly,
really
a
bad actress.
performance
When
like
she's-
almost like a Star Wars
she's
prequels
only in
level
Apocalypse
performance.
and
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix.
You know, she reminds me of in that movie a lot. Like, do you remember the person who plays? If you're talking about prequels, like when the person who plays the Queen's stand-in,
Rose
And-
Byrne or Keira Knightley?
I guess not Keira Knightley, like the one who like it's like no, in the second one where she's like, we
Rose
must
Byrne?
defend ourselves against
Yeah.
the bad guys. Like,
Yeah.
dreadful. Like,
Yeah.
she's so fucking.
When she's
wooden.
yelling as as the Phoenix,
Yeah.
it's like she has to like poop.
Mm.
Like I know that's mean. I think he's like, no, wait, Bad Santa. We've all seen Bad Santa, right?
Yeah.
You know when he tells the kid to scream, he goes, "Yell, get mad." And he's like, that's what she yells. And that's like all I think about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I think about this character, and she's just so bad, it just doesn't work.
She was so bad I didn't see Dark Phoenix. Still haven't seen it.
It's
Oh,
not
nice.
missing,
Well,
not
There's an
missing
X-Men
much.
movie I
my
haven't seen
God.
because I thought she was so dreadful. Apocalypse is not a good movie, and then Dark Phoenix reviews were so unbelievably bad that I was like, I don't have to bother
The
myself.
funniest
with
thing
that.
about Dark
Super critics.
Phoenix
Yeah.
Let's see it then.
is that in Dark Phoenix, the villains were going to be the Skrulls, played by Jessica Chastain, and I think Kevin Feige and Marvel were like, "Hey, we're doing Skrulls and Captain Marvel. What's your villain? Skrulls." He's like, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, sure, yep, okay." And they just change it to like generic
Generic
alien.
changeling alien.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Man, it
fumbled
was-
the Dark Phoenix saga twice. Let's hope Marvel does it right.
Yeah. I mean, that's again why it's so stark, which how good Sadie Sink was.
She was just natural. She just felt like a real person.
Yeah, like an actual.
It
human
is
being with
another
depth.
not to get into MCU debate again. Kevin Feige cares so deeply about the X-Men that is another thing that
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
know he like. It's all led to this for him, so I
Yeah.
do that. I kind of trust.
It's
him,
where he
'cause I
started
think
his career. He was
exactly.
like,
Yeah, right. And I
he
think
was like an
he
assistant
knows-
producer on the first X-Men.
Yeah, I think he knows how these things end up. I think he's very aware of how things have gone recently. I think they were smart to not like show all the casting for X-Men at Comic-Con. So I do hope that
Oh, just
like-
wait till D23.
replays it right. Number 2, I hate doing this one. Great friend of this show, Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg. We all had him on
That
the
was a
list.
bad one.
This is. I will say this. This is maybe the best example of what this list is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Worst cast. Like it just didn't work. 13 for me, 5 for Kenjac, 2 for Robbie, 11 for Gooch, 2 for Klemmer.
Yeah, it just didn't work, and it's exactly right. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg is one of the best actors, one of my favorite actors. I see it. If I see him in a movie, I'm going no matter what. The funny thing is, you could even see he's such a smart guy. He knows it's not working. You see it on his face. You see it in his line delivery. You know he's like, "Fuck, I'm fucked here. This is a mess." And it was. And don't get me wrong. He's not the reason this movie's failed. This movie failed because Zack Snyder. This movies are just bad. But man, oh man, does he not help?
I do think like that is the 100% maximum best Jesse Eisenberg performance you will get out of that role. I don't think there's any point of that. To your point, I guess, like he's never a problem where I'm like he didn't try hard enough.
Yeah.
He didn't do a good enough job. I'm like, I don't know how much better Jesse Eisenberg could have been in this role, which is I think is great to the point how bad of a casting it is.
Right.
They just wanted the character to like be something else, like Zack Snyder. I
fucking
guess
Zuckerberg.
I understand. Yeah, I understand the
actually don't think it's
mindset
a
of
bad
like.
idea.
Yeah, I get it. Like, all right, who would be the Lex Luthor of today? Would it be like a Zuckerberg type? And you cast the guy that played Zuckerberg. It just in practice,
work.
especially opposite Henry Cavill Superman. Just like
That's a great point.
It's a bad fit.
yeah,
but
really
I
bad
don't
fit.
think that's like the wrong idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Lex
Yeah.
Luthor as a tech billionaire, it tracks.
I
Like,
agree.
That does make sense if you're going to update the character. It just didn't fucking work, even a little bit.
But we saw a good mix of that in the Superman movie last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was how Superman should be.
True.
You know, like but I understand what you're saying. Like in theory, it's like, oh, it's not a bad idea. But in reality, it just failed.
Yeah,
And
he's
you're right,
like
against Cavill, it really doesn't work.
He's like a speech or two in the movie that I like, I think. But
Yeah.
like other than that, he's like popping Jolly Ranchers and shit.
There's a scene where he like goes to Holly Hunter's like chambers because she's a judge.
Yeah.
And he like does like
Senator?
a country, like he does like a southern accent for like a minute while he's like
Yeah.
sipping bourbon. And it's like, what the fuck is happening here? And so it's such a big swing performance that's just whiffing.
I hated the hair choice they went with for him too. He's got such a weird haircut in that movie. It's just a weird, like it doesn't feel anything like Lex.
No.
Yeah, it did kind of kick off, I think, a pretty big trend of really generic bad tech billionaire bad guys. Because I feel like we got a lot of those after.
Maxwell
A lot
Lord,
of
like
them.
the Pedro Pascal Maxwell Lord, was a rough
Fucking
one.
Ben Mendo in Ready Player One, like shit like that, where it's just like generic
like that
CEO
one.
bad guy tech dude.
I agree with you.
I
like
don't
that
like that
Mendo one,
character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like Ben Mendelsohn a lot.
love Ben Mendelsohn.
I
Mendelsohn.
don't like
One of my
that movie.
favorite
That movie
ones.
has a lot of problems. That's not just his fault.
Yeah,
Nah, it's got a lot of
The same
great
thing here.
things going for
Oh,
it.
it's a Ready Player One.
I love Ready
fucking
Player One.
Game
That's
Master
great.
Anthony's
Love
I
that
just watched
movie.
it the first time about a month ago. Was not impressed.
Good for you. You got to watch a masterpiece.
Number one, everyone had it at 1 except for Robbie, who had it at 2. That's Jared Leto, the Joker.
Yeah.
What's your
I had it at 1.
Oh,
Me.
then Gooch had it at 2.
Because I had Ezra.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Jared Leto redeemed himself, got himself out of the one hole for his, hey, Batsy, what if I gave you a reach around?
Oh, that's my least favorite, maybe my least favorite moment in any comic book movie ever. That's so unbelievably bad. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill you too. Like Ben Affleck's Batman has to say the F word because that's what a 6th grader would think is edgy, which is what
Zack Snyder's
does.
whole career was
Yeah.
building towards that moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
he got into filmmaking so he could make that happen and make millions of people watch it.
So bad, man. And like, I remember I was at a Ranger game when the first picture of Jared Leto's Joker came out.
The black
with
and white ones?
The damage tattoo
yeah,
and everything.
that
damage
one.
tattoo.
And I remember showing my cousin and being like, I don't think I like this. And that was like, I feel like one of the first times in my life that like a superhero movie was being teased, and I was like, I'm out already.
Is it kind of weird? Like I think has the distinguishment, whatever, of being the only bad Joker. Like he's
Yeah.
the only bad
Correct.
on-screen Joker. Like every other on-screen Joker I've ever seen.
Even
has
the
been,
animated is great. Mark Hamill's great.
animateds are great too. Like every Joker rendition I've ever seen, there has been something to it. His is the only one that's
Bro,
bad.
even Gotham, like Cameron Monaghan, is
Yeah,
that
Colin
Yeah,
Monahan's
He
good.
does like some fun stuff with the Joker character. Jared Leto, it feels like he's in between a Heath Ledger impersonation and just being
Like
Jared
Edgelord.
Leto. Like,
I have
yeah.
another one for you. Joaquin Phoenix in Joker 2.
That's a movie because he's so good in the first one though. Like that's not
fair.
It's
That's
a
fair.
horrendous movie, but he's playing it the
I'm
same
just-
way he played it in the first one.
Yeah.
No. The second one, he's
Direction
like a whiny
is-
little bitch.
Direction is very different.
He's a
in the second
whiny
one.
little bitch in
Kind
the
of
first
whiny
one.
little bitch in the first
I
one.
know, but the second one, he's like, but he never becomes Joker. He's just whiny bitch the entire time.
Yeah.
He never kills De Niro in the second one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
true.
remember when they did this fucking photo shoot?
Oh,
with
that
Jared
one
Leto
for the
Jesus.
leading
Snyder
into
Cut.
the Snyder Cut?
Oh.
What
So
the fuck
bad,
was that?
man.
What
It
were
was
they
bad.
thinking?
And that's
with this
another. You
character?
talked about like off-screen stuff, like him sending like pig condoms to whatever the fuck.
I
to
mean, you want
people.
to talk about
Like,
off the field stuff with him right now? Jesus.
Oh, that
Christ.
documentary.
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
you see
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Also, he has like 3 scenes in the Suicide Squad. Like,
Yeah.
you know those memes, like you don't got one song where you got to be doing all that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he didn't have one scene where he had to be doing all that.
Like it's like with Heath Ledger like going and saying like, yeah, that makes sense. Like you're a humongous part of this movie. Like he really was only in like the strip club scene and a couple scenes after that, and like
yeah,
that's
he,
it.
he comes and picks up Harley, like he breaks out and they
And his
have
Yeah.
purple Lamborghini.
In the purple Lamborghini shot at Rick
Oh,
Ross,
yeah.
the boss.
Yeah.
As
Got
a
a Garcia
DC guy,
sausage.
As a DC guy, I'm jealous of the Marvel success. Definitely, like it's you look at that and you're like, this sucks. Like this is what we had. You guys have all of that, and yeah, I don't like the humor and I don't like the way it looks and stuff. But at the end of the day, you had really well casted movies that audiences, good or for bad, loved. We had this. We
I know,
had
I'm a
Jared-
DC guy.
No, I don't mean like
Yeah,
that. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
like you, but I'm saying like Marvel.
I know,
community,
yeah.
say like the, Marvel fans, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s, like it was always a divide between Marvel and DC comic people. And it was like always like we always had the upper hand because we had the better movies. We had Superman, we had 89 Batman. And then Marvel took that from us and we had nothing.
I mean, Affleck Batman was okay. I like him.
Good casting. Really
Yeah.
good casting, I would say.
The best, yeah, the
I'd
best.
say
part of the
Harley. Hey,
movies.
Margot Robbie, great Harley Quinn.
You know what they
great
didn't
casting.
have? They didn't have the CW verse, baby.
They didn't have the.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me rip through the honorable mentions quick here, 11 through 20, because there were a lot. So let's do these. One that just missed. Myself and Klemmer had it. Alicia Silverstone, Batgirl.
Oh, so bad.
Stinker.
I don't know what the
a
character's even supposed
stinker.
to look like though.
Oh, terrible.
She's all right.
Alfred. Edward Norton, the Hulk. Myself and Kenjac had
That was a
that.
tough one.
Just,
don't think that's
the
terrible.
wrong fit. Wrong fit.
I don't either.
I don't think
I-
he fit
I
in
don't
I
the
hate
actually
movie.
that.
I don't think he's the problem in that movie.
Me neither.
I kind of
I don't-
like him. I kind
He
of like
was
him more
though.
than
I don't
Ruffalo.
think
I think
Ruffalo's a
he
great
tried to
Hulk either.
script doctor
Yeah,
the whole
he
Well,
movie.
that's
behind the
true,
scenes
that's
he
fair,
was
that's
the
fair.
problem. Yeah.
Catherine Newton, Cassie Lang, Robbie
Yeah,
and
that's a
Gooch.
bad one.
Yeah, horrible.
Kenjac, look at this one. This one I was like, whoa. His number 2. Tony Revolori, Flash Thompson.
Yeah, he's a terrible Flash Thompson. He's a terrible
I didn't even
Flash
think
Thompson.
about
I love
him.
that.
It's just such a
hell
different
yeah.
take on
How
the
is he
character.
bullying Tom Holland?
No, he's
Yeah.
funny
He's a
as
fucking dork.
He's
got a
funny
few-
though.
He's
But
got a
he's a-
few throwaway lines that fucking kill
I know.
me.
Yeah.
No, he's not funny. That is not the problem here. But like, he's supposed to be his bully.
But
he's a fucking dork.
I think they just adapt it from bully to troll.
No, I don't like that.
He's a troll in the movie.
That
Flash
scene in
Thompson.
Far From Home when he's like, yeah, Spider-Man just makes me want to be a better guy. And then Peter walks in,
No.
he's like, what's up, you fucking loser?
There is no question he is a good troll or whatever. Like when I think of Flash Thompson, I'm thinking he's the guy that's bullying Spider-Man, the guy that like helps him make that revelation of like I need to stand up for myself, for other people, that stuff. He is a fucking dork. He is Ravioli is a dork. I think that's an awful casting.
Meek
Terrible.
Thompson, I call him.
Really
A
funny
bit-
moment in this movie where he has the 2 suspects and he lifts it up and it's him and Martin Starr.
They were
Huge
missed.
laugh.
Yeah.
Kind of a waste of a really good actor, to be honest. Like, he's a good actor.
Helen Slater, Supergirl from Klemmer. That is a great pick.
How did you not have that?
That is a great
I
pick.
told
She's
you I liked her more than you did in
Oh,
that
she's
movie.
the worst.
I didn't think she was the issue. I thought she was kind of charming.
She's like that Grufford guy, Ian
Ian
Grufford.
Grufford, yeah.
No charisma. Bland.
Well, this is one of the most disrespectful things we've ever done. But we've done it for years now. Ian Grufford.
That guy stinks.
I don't know how it's pronounced this day. I don't want to know. He was
Joan
funny in Horrible
Griffith.
Bosses, though. Really funny in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
Ian Grufford.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
Yoan Griffith sounds like somebody who's on Golden Girls.
Yeah.
It's like a Chris, but that's how he pronounce. I think he's Scottish.
Sounds like someone that's in
Welsh.
Fjord.
Yeah, for
Welsh.
George.
For sure. John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic from Gooch.
That was the Mr. Fantastic
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah,
But
he
that's a 2-second scene where I
But
thought he was fine.
That
Flat.
almost makes it worse. The fact that you can't make it work in like a little consolidated punch.
I
in
thought
one
it did
scene.
work though.
Oh,
I
I
thought
didn't
that
think
scene
at all. I
works.
thought he was so flat.
He shows up and gets killed 2 seconds after he
That
shows
should be
up.
a big like you
Yeah,
have
and I
like,
cheered.
yeah.
I was happy he got turned into spaghetti. I thought he was nothing on screen.
But he's on screen for a
He
minute.
doesn't have charisma.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying he just doesn't have it.
Ray Fisher, Cyborg from Clemmer.
Just nothing to do.
So bad. I don't think
Oh, I didn't actually put him on my list. That's a good call.
He was horrible.
He was bad. Yeah.
horrible.
I don't know if I've
Zachary Levi, Shazam from the biggest Shazam haters of all time. Robbie Fox.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah. That guy stinks.
that guy-
Jennifer Lawrence Mystique from Kenjac.
which
She gets
which
worse.
one?
Oh,
No, she's a
yeah.
bad mistake. She's
She
bad.
gets much worse.
She's pretty
That
good in the
was
first one.
fine
That
early
one I
on.
hesitated because I felt like it was good casting, and she just decided after the first movie that she
It turned
wasn't
into
going
a
to put in.
shit. It did turn into a shit show.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
didn't put in any effort, and every movie she was like, "By the way, I'm not doing the makeup for this one. Like, suit up to here."
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like she was necessarily the right fit. Although I guess it depends on what you wanted on the movie. So I don't know.
Good pick from Klemmer. I was like, I don't even have time for you with this movie. And that's Matt Smith as Milo and Morbius.
Oh,
I
so
never saw
bad.
What?
Morbius.
What casting makes that movie work?
His doesn't. No, the movie never works. He's terrible in it.
I think
He's
I-
really bad.
Matt Smith is
He somehow is the worst part of that bad movie.
really.
I kind of like his dancing, and it makes me laugh every time I watch it. I
the
kind of
worst
like
part?
I
it.
think he's the worst part of that movie. Yeah.
Wow.
I like his little dance.
Michael Cassidy, Jimmy Olsen, Batman vs Superman, shot dead.
That's funny. That's really funny.
That's not Jimmy Olsen.
He's a CIA agent.
No, it's not at all. That's a good call.
And then Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, Robbie.
Yeah,
Really?
like listen, I don't even
I
hate
thought
that
you- I don't
movie.
think
It's
it
just
worked,
like
you're right.
Nicolas Cage was way too old to be playing a cool Johnny Blaze at that
Yeah, I
point.
guess you're right. Yeah.
Like Gosling is
that
the
was it.
guy you want.
That was fun though.
They might be the same age. I don't know.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
it.
good point.
Robbie, thanks for popping on again.
Of course.
So we need you on. We just had a big Marvel debate, but it's funny. We had that big debate, which a lot of those things still ring true. A lot of the concerns, a lot of maybe the positivity, but it is interesting to see now where Marvel is after this, which is just.
But
one
that's
of the
where,
great-
but that's where we all agreed Marvel was gonna. Don't get me wrong. This movie's done gangbusters. This is the biggest difference to me since we last had the discussion wasn't Spider-Man's box office receipts this week. It's that Marvel scaled back their films. That to me is the bigger takeaway,
Which is good.
from our discussion than Spider-Man blowing up the box office.
Which I think we all.
I was saying that though 2 weeks ago. I was like, Marvel scaled back already.
But we didn't know to the level. Marvel hadn't announced that yet.
True. I just had the inside info.
You,
from
yeah,
Feige.
yeah, right. Yeah, that.
My boy Feige.
My boy state.
Yeah.
My mom's basement stuff. Right.
We all agree though. That's a good thing though. I think.
Of
even-
course.
No,
Yeah.
no.
We're on the same
We're
page.
all, we all. I think we all agree Marvel's in a better spot, not because the Spider-Man receipts this month than last month, but because of that decision.
I think both. Yeah. I
The
think,
Spider-Man receipts are hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is it. Thank you, Robbie.
Welcome.
Klemmer? We'll see you in 2 weeks, Klemmer.
Yes.
We're doing One Night Only and then The Last House on Netflix. We'll wait for Tony. We want people to see the Anthony Bourdain movie. It's not wide yet.
I'll be
August
excited.
21st.
I'll be excited to
We're
talk
in a
Tony with
couple
you
weeks.
guys.
We also, quick note, we are going to do our top 50 comedies of all time. We're going to do them in the fall. Klemmer, I'll make sure we fit around because I know you got some stuff coming up, Klemmer, as well.
Got the baby next month.
But we'll figure out time to do it.
I won't be gone for long. So
yeah, Fights is going to be our fifth for that.
Yes.
So Fights is going to do the comedies. He's working on his list now. We're going to do it in a little while. We're going to give it some time.
Okay.
We won't have as big of a gap between this list and whatever next one we do. But just a heads up, we are still doing the comedy thing. We did not abandon that. Very excited for that. And who knows? Maybe One Night Only makes that list.
Gotta be thinking no.
It could.
Will Gluck might be on that list.
Although we allowed to put movies from this year on. Remember the last one you yelled at me? Oh, this is movies of all time. So yes.
Yeah. It's not
You
making
wouldn't know
the
me
list.
from Project Hail Mary in the last one. Remember?
Klemmer tried to sneak that Tom Hanks movie here from
Oh.
Robert De
No,
Niro.
I did
yeah,
not.
I remember that. I remember that.
You're living lies.
Joke.
Actually, and one thing
Joke.
we didn't talk about, we need to talk about was a little trailer came out. I think this was last talk.
We didn't get to news. There was just too much.
Well, we got to talk
There wasn't-
Jumanji because this is a show
the
that
crowd
I'm
pop.
on. Jumanji open world trailer came out. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it 4 times. It looks unbelievable. I mean, amazing from start to finish.
I mean, I recorded it because we could slip it in. The crowd pop and I recorded it.
incredible,
It was
yes.
unbelievable.
That was unreal.
Because The Rock has so much charisma.
Yeah, so much
Oh my
charisma,
God.
man.
Oh, that
I know
was-
we didn't. I know we didn't get to news. There was like the news. The Thomas Crown Affair trailer. I thought looked. I'm very
Like
very
Tenet.
very,
Very
like
Tenet-y.
looked like. I've seen this a lot. It's not an original take. People were like, it kind of looks like Tenet.
It looks just like Tenet.
Yep.
yeah,
It's got Kenneth
crazy.
Branagh on it. It's Tenet.
Jumanji. Let's end this with. I think we can do it. Just show Kenjac's recording from inside the
Oh,
theater.
we can definitely show it, yeah.
The crowd pop for Jumanji.
It's insane.
By the way,
speak
this is
no
not me
lies.
dismissing Jumanji. We were going to do a huge podcast for Jumanji. Like I want to be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
clear about that.
Yeah.
We will do a full on.
Chef, you might need to fly here. We might need to go in as the characters.
Hey, you know what? We'll make it work.
I am willing that week. I'm willing to even leave my newborn baby.
Newborn on Christmas
Well,
weekend.
not Christmas Day. I think my wife would divorce me. Not Christmas Day, but maybe a couple of days after that, I will go see Jumanji in the theaters with my friends.
I hope we could see it in Infinity Vision.
Yes. Oh, thank God. Holy shit. That'd be awesome.
What a thrill!
Yeah.
The Rock was watching the expo in Infinity Vision. He thought, my movie on that screen.
Yeah. Hell yeah. The possibilities are endless. God, I forgot about that quote.
It truly will be an open world. Finally.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. Thank you for watching. We will talk to you next time.